Okay, guys, we are back with some more Fate. It feels like it has been forever since I've done anything Fate related. Whereas in reality, I mean, well, no, not in reality, but for you guys on the channel, it's, been like a little, well, probably around 2 weeks since I did anything. I'm probably going to start uploading these probably next week, the week after I'm recording this. So there's going to be well, for you guys, it's going to be last Friday and last Wednesday without any visual novel stuff going up, which is so weird for me just because, like, I've been so good about uploading nearly every single day. Every single day. But I just didn't have any time to record Fate until now, and I won't have any time to edit it until probably sometime this week, so I will get it set up to go up next week. With that being said, let's just not waste any more time and try to jump into this. I'm not super sure. Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and help Sakura. Wait. Yeah, I already did that one. Yeah, skip that one. Yes, skip that one. I'll go to work. Oh, I have a new scene. Let's go. Anyways, yeah, I was about to say, I don't really know how this works. I think at, like, the time when we first meet Archer, I think we just, like, Archer and Reen as Shiro, we just make a different decision there. And then from there, it starts the UBW route. But I guess we have a new scene, you know? I wasn't trying to pick different things on purpose. I was just like, I don't know, what should I do? And then I guess we got this scene, so I guess we'll do this scene before we get into UBW proper. It feels like slipping into an old glove. It's so weird. I feel sorry for Issei, but I should prioritize work. I didn't promise to be there, but I'd said I'd do my best to be there, so I should do so. Hang on, I need to do something for me really quick. Beep. I have a new microphone, by the way. And with it, I can turn up the volume of the game, which is so cool, just with the microphone. Granted, the only problem with that is it kind of gives me a little bit of, like, feedback into my own headphones, which is super weird. But anyways, no, sorry, Issei. I've got plans so we can finish it some other time. Plans? Oh, you must mean your work. Sorry to trouble you. This isn't an urgent matter. Don't worry about me and go to work. Sorry, I'll continue first thing tomorrow morning. So can we call it even? I told you, it's not that important. The urgent stuff was finished this morning. You can finish the rest when you're free, Emiya. I see. Then can I finish it when I don't have work? Sure, I'll rely on you again then, Emiya. And then he pieces out. Issei says farewell and leaves the classroom. Well, I should hurry off too. Even though there's no set time to be there, I should head for the neighboring town if I'm going to go to work there. And just like fitting into an old glove, I'm just as bad at reading these lines as I've always been. Let's go, baby. Jeez, I thought I was only helping out, but they gave me 30,000 yen. Call it receiving a windfall, I guess. Isn't that like around $3,000? Something like that? Or is it not? Or is that more like 30? I don't... Or 300. I think it's like 300. Copenhagen, the place where I work today, is like a liquor store and a bar, and a lot of people are needed to restock inventory. It's a big job that takes at least 5 people, and it doesn't hurt to have more help. But the boss just said to everyone in his usual tone, "If you can come and help, please do." Completely relaxed about it. But as it turned out, I was the only one who came along, with the boss and his daughter, Neko-san. "You idiot, there's no way people will come if you ask like that." Neko-san was scolding the boss, but I showed up to be a victim, defying their expectation. They welcomed me with a cheer and we decided to clean up the storage area as best we could. And so before we realized it, 2 hours had passed and we finished restocking the inventory. $300 for 2 hours? I'm surprised. Shiro, are you some kind of brownie or something? After work, the boss eats a brown cake while being impressed. Not at all. I'm just used to heavy jobs and I've worked here long enough to know where things are. I've been working here since I was small for nothing, you know. Oh yeah, has it been 5 years already? About that long. You were the only ones that would hire me right after my father died. Whoa, no wonder I'm feeling old. He eats his rum cake. Neko-san is drinking hot sake next to him. The family is well balanced as the boss likes sweet things, while his daughter likes spicy things. So, But you really helped us out. I can't just give you a cake for all this work, so here's a token of my appreciation. He hands me 3 10,000 yen bills. A reward unmatched for the 3 hours of work I did. Much more than I would get for even a week's work. Oh, thank you. I hesitate, but decide to accept what I'm given. And as I'm leaving Copenhagen... hold on, Emiya. Who'd you hear about today from? Neko-san stops me while curled up in front of the heater. I think it was Furukawa-san? Man, that idiot. Don't push your work onto a student. Well, so you came here today, even though you didn't have to. Well, it was like, come and help if I wasn't busy. Furukawa's an idiot, but so are you. Oh well, you never turn down anyone asking for help, do you? You took care of the store when Dad and I got sick, too. I don't think that's true. I don't take impossible jobs. I only accept things I can do. I actually just had a thought. Maybe, like, this feedback that I'm getting might be picking up on the mic, actually. So I mean, like, in the audio recording that you guys are getting for the game. So let's not do that. But you were sick, too, back then. I don't really care, but what I'm saying is you're a good person. And a bit stupid. So I'm worried. Tell Fujimaru to come and see me from time to time. Neko-san circles her finger while drinking some hot sake. She seems to think I'm a firefly or something. Okay, so just tell Fujini that? Right. See ya! Don't push yourself too hard! Wow, I'm already past the bridge. I made it from the neighboring town of Shinto back from Miyama City while I was daydreaming. Yes. I'll take Sakura home. Oh. Yes. Us. Yes. Stop her! I think this is it. It'll happen in an instant. There's a man in red in front of Saber. The man in red is in an unfavorable position after being attacked by Saber, and he's about to receive a fatal blow. Behind them, the person watching Saber from behind that man is someone I know. No! I reach out with my left hand and call out. I don't know who that man in red is, but I'm sure Saber will attack the person behind the man after she defeats him. I can't let that happen. I can't let Saber attack her. Stop, Saber! Also, a cool thing about this mic is that it prevents me from peaking, so I can now yell and get real loud, and it won't peak. It's pretty cool. I feel a sharp pain. One of the marks of my hand disappears. In its place, Saber halts her blow, which should not have been possible to stop. The silver armor hesitates for an instant. Using that opening, the man in red quickly gets away. That guy, I'm sure of it. That's the guy that was fighting Lancer. Then the girl behind him is... I don't want to believe so, but is it really? Are you insane, Shiro? We should have been able to defeat Archer and his master here, so why did you go so far as to use your command spell to stop me? What could I have done? I don't understand the situation at all. That was not really Saber's voice, I think. I stopped Saber only because I didn't want to see her slash at the girl who saved me. Master, please retract your order. If you act like this, I cannot defeat enemies that could otherwise be beaten. Saber readies the object in her hands again. In front of her is the red man she could not slay. No, don't do it. To be honest, I have no idea what's going on. But the one you're about to attack is someone I know. I can't let you attack someone I know. What are you saying? She is Archer's master. She is our enemy, so we must defeat her here. Enemy? She and the man in red are enemies? I don't care about that. First of all, I don't even understand this master thing you're talking about. If you're going to call me master, you should at least explain to me what this is all about. That is true, but... Saber hesitates. Please don't tell me we're going to get another servant master exposition scene again. That would be the worst. Then... So that's how it is, amateur master. She calls out to me with a polite yet harsh voice. When I turn around, I see the man in red and the girl in her school uniform. I gasp. So I wasn't seeing things. The person with the man in red is definitely that Tosaka Rin. Tosaka Rin? How should I put this? Even I can tell that the man behind Tosaka isn't human. That thing is not of this world, just like Saber. Then if Tosaka is with him, she's also... Hmm? Oh, you know me? Then this should be easy. First of all, good evening, Emiya. I don't know what her intentions are, but Tosaka greets me with a big smile. I'm troubled. When she greets me normally like that, I can almost forget about all these strange events and just greet her too. Are you serious? This is the time for greetings. Yes, I'm a master as well. In other words, I'm a Magus like you. We're similar, so we don't have to hide it, right? Magus. You're a Magus, Tosaka? My eyes widen and I point at Tosaka. Oh, crap. I don't know why, but she's looking at me with real irritation. No, that's not what I meant to say. I see. I get it now. So that's how it is, huh? Taking a look at us, she turns to the man behind her. Archer, can you turn into spirit form for a while? I'm pissed right now. I don't mind, but what do you mean by pissed? It means what it means. I can't calm down unless I make him realize what kind of situation he's in. You won't have anything to do until then, so go away. Saber won't be able to lower her sword as long as you're here. Man, how difficult. Well, I shall obey if it's an order. If I may warn you, however, what you are about to do is needless. Sparkles away. The man literally disappears. Tosaka, that was... Let's talk inside. You don't know anything, right, Emiya-kun? You can rest assured that I'll tell you everything, even if you say you don't want to know. Saying this, she walks towards the entrance. Wait, what are you thinking? I stop her, and then she turns and the smile on her face isn't like the previous one. Are you stupid? I'm thinking about a lot of things. That's why I want to talk to you. Emiya, it's okay to be surprised by sudden turns of events, but it might cost you your life if you don't just accept it. Incidentally, do you understand that now is one of those times? It's fine if you understand, so let's go to your place. You're fine with that too, right, Saber? I'll explain things to your master in return for sparing my life. Very well, I do not know what your intentions are, but I shall restrain myself as long as you are helping my master. Tosaka goes through the gate. She's really pissed. I don't know why, though. I don't know, but still, she's totally unlike the way she is at school. So I'm in a strange situation. In front of me is the school's #1 idol, whom I admire, Tosaka Rin, and following silently behind me is Saber, who calls herself a servant. Oh, the hallway suddenly feels like part of a different dimension. But I can't be a coward forever. I'm a Magus, even if I'm just an amateur. Tosaka Rin, a Magus just like me, is acting boldly, so I have to act firmly as well. But I can only work out a few things. First, about Saber, who's following me. I'm sure that she's some kind of familiar, because she calls me master, and I made a contract with her. I've heard that a familiar is kind of an assistant. Most Magi transfer a part of their body into something, and then summon as another self. It is something that assists the Magus. Consequently, it's commonly accepted that small animals are the most suitable as to reduce their burden on the Magus. So I've been taught, but... What is it, Shiro? No, it's nothing. Saber looks human no matter how you look at her, and she is clearly superior to me, her master. I don't have the magical energy to control someone like that, and more than that, I don't have the magic circuit to summon a familiar. So Saber must rather be something else than a familiar. She said she's a servant. I don't know what that is, but I think the man called Lancer and the man in red with Tosaka were the same thing. Saber calls Tosaka a master as well. I guess Magi with a servant are called masters. It seems Tosaka is a Magus as well, but I have no idea who she is. The Emiya family are just outsiders who came to this town in my father's generation. That's why I didn't know that Tosaka was a Magus, and I'm sure Tosaka didn't know that I knew magic. There are several Magi in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer is the familiar of another Magus in this town, does that mean I've stuck my head into a conflict between Magi? Wow, it's pretty big. I'm not used to this Japanese style. Oh, is that the living room, Emiya? Saying so, Tosaka goes into the living room. I should stop thinking. Let's just listen to Tosaka's story. Please don't actually make me go through a servant explanation again. I turn the lights on. It's already past 1 in the morning. Oh, it's so cold. Hey, the windows are all broken. I couldn't help it. I was attacked by this Lancer guy. I was desperate. Oh, I see. Then you were fighting him alone until you summoned Saber? I didn't fight him. He just beat me up. Oh, so you don't try to show off, huh? I see. I see. Really just as you appear, Amiya. Tosaka walks over to the broken window. Tosaka takes a piece of the shattered glass, takes a look at it, and is this when she fixes the windows? Yeah, I'm not gonna try and, read that. She cuts the tip of her finger and puts a drop of her blood onto the glass. What kind of magic is this? The shattered glass recombines and restores itself in a matter of seconds. Tosaka, that was... It's just a small demonstration. It won't be enough to repay you for saving me, but I have to at least do this much. Well, I'm sure you would have fixed it even if I hadn't, but that'd just be a waste of magical energy, right? All you'd really have to do is replace the window, but we don't want to talk in this cold, do we? She says this as if it's completely natural, but needless to say, her skills are beyond my comprehension. No, that's amazing, Tosaka. I can't do that sort of thing, so I'm glad you fixed it. Huh? Wait, okay. This is literally the same scene, is it not? I swear, this is gonna sound crazy because, I recorded the first couple episodes of, Shiro's, part, almost over a year ago at this point? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started in, the summer of last year. And now it's but I'm remembering, all of this, perfectly, it sounds, not perfectly, probably, but, it seems so familiar. Handling glass is elementary. Restoring glass that broke a few minutes ago is like a simple... So that's how it is. Tosaka freezes. Damn, it seems like I said something I shouldn't have. Oh, wait, then you're saying that you're just amateur, can't even run his own workshop? I don't have a workshop. I swear, this is the exact same. I'm going to ask you... So basically, I'm sorry if that you're just starting with this episode and want this whole conversation. They're just talking about how, Shiro just isn't, good at magic, which literally everybody knows. If you're remotely a Fate fan at all. And they're just talking about, the basic elements, which frankly doesn't really matter that much. Sad to say, but it really doesn't. But yeah. This is all the same. So if you want to know, this whole conversation in depth, I guess just start the Fate route. Whoa. I don't get this. Every other time it asks me if I wanted to skip the scenes. I'm reading it in my head. Oh my gosh. It's like the same thing. Ask me if I want to skip it. Ask me if I want to skip it. Okay. Yes, that is a command spell that controls a servant, so as long as you... What do you mean, as long as I have it? Yeah. This is just... I'm... Is this... Okay, someone's gotta correct me in the, comments if this is the same. Because I'm trying to just, keep, talking, just because the way I, edit my videos now is... I will just record in, one long video with just breaks in between. So then I only have to sync up the audio once for several videos. So I need to keep talking, otherwise... It's all just... Otherwise, I'll think that, hey, there's a break, and then I'll check it and be like, oh my gosh, that's not a break, and then I'll go ahead a little bit and be like, oh my gosh, that's also not a break. Oh my gosh, that's also not a break. That sort of thing. So I guess this is probably just going to be... This is probably just going to be a slightly long episode just because of me skipping through all this, I guess. That was just a guess. Forget about Australia. It's not trivial. Someone certainly... Forget about it. Your main concern should be grasping the situation. You're in one of those 7 servants of the Master Holy Grail. Yana, yana, yana. Tosaka turns her back to me and she places something... Look, every few decades, Master uses a servant to kill all the Masters as a ritual. And even if this isn't exactly the same, I don't think it's even like worth I don't think it's worth like reading everything again, just because it's like it's such a long conversation, and like if only a few like words are different. Yeah. This is all the same. Ghostliner? I remember hearing about that in the last route that we played. Why am I hearing about it again? I'm so confused as to why it didn't ask me to skip this scene if it's going to be like the exact same. And again, sorry if I'm keep repeating myself. I'm just confuzzled. I am just discombobulated. I was hoping that this episode would be almost in. Oh yeah. Oh, skip. I was hoping that this episode would be like entirely new stuff. But I guess I'll end the episode there? Question mark? I don't know. I kind of wanted to do more, but at the same time, my throat's also really tired, so I might not. Question mark? Yeah, I think that's gonna be all for this episode, and I will jump back in next time for hopefully actual new content outside of 2 conversations. Aha! So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, we are back with some more Fate. In the last episode, it was just a lot of repeated content that we for some reason didn't skip. And if somebody tells me that there was a few different lines in that part, I don't care. It was virtually the exact same thing, so I am okay that we skipped it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, with that being said, let's just jump in to the new content. Also, I should state, I have watched UBW and Heaven's Feel. I have watched both of those, but obviously... Oh, excuse me, had a little bit of a burp. Obviously, there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't experienced, because everybody always says, there's so much cut out. And you can especially tell it with Heaven's Feel, that there's just so much cut out. Because it's just 3 movies as opposed to a 24 episode like anime, you know. So there's a lot more that they would have to cut out. And if they had to cut stuff out of UBW, of course they have to cut stuff out of Heaven's Feel, and you can feel it, you know. Anyways, with that good water, let's again jump into it. Oh, my water just fell. Cool. I need to get a bigger desk so I can put things better. It's a bit windy now. It must be partly because this place is on top of a hill. The wind is a bit stronger than normal and carries a sharp chill. Shiro, is your business here complete? Yeah, I learned more than enough about the situation I'm in. About the Holy Grail War, about the Masters, everything. Then... She comes closer and looks up at me. It's only natural for her to do so. Her fate is determined by my choice. I don't know if I'm good enough for you. But I've decided to fight as a master. I'm sorry that I'm only an amateur. Are you still content that I'm your master? It matters not. You are already my master. I have already sworn to be your sword. That scene flashes through my mind. You're right, yeah. I'm relieved if you say so. I take a deep breath and look at Saber again. Then let's shake hands. Let's do our best together, Saber. I extend my right hand. I don't care what relationships a master and a servant should have, nor do I know what I should be doing now. If this is the same way things are going to be, I at least want our first greeting to be in style. Saber, are we not supposed to shake hands? That is not the case. I was merely surprised by the sudden action. I choked on my own words. Saber takes my hand as she said so. I shall swear to you once more here. As long as you possess your command spell, I shall be your sword. I don't get the situation too well. My reading right now has just gone down. I don't get the situation too well, but yes, please. Saber is really serious, so I nod. Come to think of it, this is weird. We're under the winter night sky. I'm shaking hands with a girl I just met, and we're talking like we're making a contract. Oh, I guess I can leave you two, huh? I quickly let go of her hand. When I turn around, I see Tosaka and that knight in red. You two are getting along well. You weren't even talking before, but things have certainly changed. What, you trust Saber now? No, that's not it. Well, I guess you're right. I don't know anything about Saber yet, but I'll be with her from now on. I see, then you should be on guard. Since you two are in this war, I won't go easy on you either. I tilt my head in wonder. For a brief moment, I don't get what she said. Hey now, do you understand that we're enemies? I brought you here because that you weren't my enemy yet, but you're one of the masters now, right? Then I think there's only one thing to do now. Well, she's right, but why? I don't intend to fight you. Man, just as I thought. Jeez, it was meaningless to bring you here. Tosaka slumps her shoulders. Rin. What? I thought we promised that you wouldn't talk until I tell you it's okay. I know, but we will make no progress like this. We do not need to find out if our enemy is ready or not. If there are enemies we can defeat easily, we should attack them without holding back. And that's when Saber steps up like, yeah, I agree. Swing! And instantly kills him. Hey, I know that without you having to tell me. If you know that, act on it. Or what? Are you going to show him mercy again? I don't imagine so. But tell me, there's a special reason for this. That's not it. I just owe him one. I can't find him fairly until I repay him for that. You sure are difficult. Then I shall be disappearing. Call on me again after you prepay him. The knight in red, Archer, disappears. No, rather I just can't see him anymore. According to Tosaka, servants are spirits. Saber says she cannot turn into spirit form, but I'm sure Tosaka's servant can since Tosaka is a complete master. Well, that aside... Hey Tosaka, the thing about you owing me, do you mean what happened back then? Yeah, no matter what the reason may be, you used your command spell to stop Saber, so I have to hold back a bit to balance things out. Balance? You worry about weird things, Tosaka. I know, I understand this is just a flab on my mind, but I can't help it. I hate owing people. She turns away. But this service is limited. I won't hold back tomorrow, so go and make plans with Saber. So the service is only for today? Yep. Well, I brought you here. So I'll at least go back to town with you. Tosaka starts to walk without looking at us. Let us go, Shiro. As she says, it is not good to stay here. I nod to Saber and follow Tosaka. The three of us descend the hill together. It might be because Tosaka is walking ahead, but we go down the hill with a few words. There's a forked road ahead of us. One path leads to the main street going towards the Shinto station, and the other leads to the big bridge leading to Miyama City. I am doing so horrible today, and I can't even blame melatonin like I usually can in most of my recordings where I do bad. Tosaka stops at the intersection. Tosaka, why are you stopping? We should head to the bridge if we're going home, right? No. I'm sorry, but go home by yourself. I forgot since I've been concerned with you, but I'm busy. I'm already in Shinto, so I'll go look while I'm here. Go look? You mean for other masters? Yeah, I don't know about you, but I've been waiting for this time, this night, the start of the battles between 7 masters, the Holy Grail War. So I can't go home now. Since I couldn't beat Saber, I need to take it out on some other servant. It is so funny how in over her head Rin is. Like, freaking, who does she get dicked on by? Obviously Ilya and Berserker. Obviously Castor. I can't really say too much else without spoiling more of UBW, so but I don't want to do that in case it's somebody else's first time. But like, who does she beat? Shinji? I guess her and Archer can beat Shinji and Ryder. And that's about where they end. So maybe they could take on Kirei and Lancer, but Lancer's kind of already proven that if the fight starts close range, like, you know, Archer can't do too much about it, so it just pretty much goes down to Kirei versus Rin, which I guess Rin might be able to win that. I don't know. Going into power scaling, Kirei is a little weird. He's a little weird, okay? Just based on all his fights throughout like Stay Night and and Zero, it's a little weird. He's a little hard. But yeah, let's just keep going. Because I can't really talk about this in depth without being like further in, because again, I don't want to spoil things. Tosaka eyes show her determination. That makes me realize Tosaka Rin is a Magus. Her mentality and her knowledge as a Magus are complete. So why? So, we'll part here. I repaid my debt, and it would be troublesome if we stay together any longer. We should part here and become enemies from tomorrow on. Why does she have this part of her that's unlike a Magus? Why is she, like, not awful? Ugh. She did not explain the rules to me out of any sense of obligation. She just supported me, understanding the situation I'm in, and acted fairly. So things are back to normal now that the explanations are over. As a master, I will just be a target to her now. But still, Tosaka said those words to me. For Tosaka, everything that happened tonight is unnecessary. It would be troublesome if we stay together any longer. If she's going to say something like that, she should have left us alone from the beginning. Tosaka's smart, so she should know that all too well. But still, she set aside all thoughts of loss or gain and helped me out. The Tosaka in front of me is so different from the one at school. Even when I put it nicely, she's sour, cranky, unapproachable, and so different that I want to scream. Man, it feels like I'm almost a it feels almost like a fraud. Yet still, the Tosaka Rin is just how everyone thought she was. I see. Tosaka, you really are a good person. Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I won't go easy on you, even if you flatter me. I know that. She won't go easy on me, and that's why she said it'll be a bother if she feels empathy for me. I know, but I don't want to be enemies with you if I can help it. I like people like you. Tosaka falls silent for some reason. The silent suburbs, the church at the top of the hill, and the silence of the foreigner cemetery feel surprisingly warm. Anyway, just run to the church if your servant never gets killed. If you do, at least your life will be safe. I don't like it, but still, I'll take that advice. It won't happen, though. No matter how I look at it, I'll die before Saber does. I would have expected Saber to, like, cut in there and be like, motherfucking, what did you just say? You think I'd let you die before me? How dare you? Like, that kind of thing, you know? Tosaka reacts strangely once again. After letting out a sigh, she glances at Saber. Alright, I won't give you any more warnings because that'd be really soft. Just be careful. Even though Saber is strong, it won't matter if her master gets killed. She turns her back and starts walking. But, as if she's seen a ghost or her feet stop dead in their tracks. Hey, have you finished talking? A youthful voice echoes through the night. The melodic tune is unmistakably that of a young girl. My vision is drawn to the top of the hill. There. The moon. The worst enemy. The most powerful master. Well, I don't know when the clouds parted, but a brilliant moon is now shining in the sky. The shadow is long and grotesque, like the devil in a picture book. In this gloomy town of shadow, in this gloomy town of shadow, picture stands a figure that should not be there. Oh, he's so cool. I love Berserker. Berserker. Tosaka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. Even though I don't know what she means, I can feel the giant's dreadfulness all too well. That thing is not human. Then, it is one of the beings called servants, just like Saber. Good evening. I almost said Oni-chan, but again, I don't want to do like the whole, Chan thing. The only exception is for Fujini. I don't know why, it just feels appropriate there. Good evening, brother. It's the second time we've met like this. The girl smiles as she says this. That innocence sends a chill down my spine. The girl looks so out of place next to the thing behind her. It feels like I'm dreaming. No chill. No, chill is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. That thing is a monster. I'm not even staring at it, but its mere presence roots me to the spot. I'm surprised. He surpasses Saber in raw power. Tosaka glares at the monster above her, clicking her tongue. In her, I see despair, and the spirit to not lose to it. Archer, this isn't an enemy that can be beaten head-on. You should fight in your own unique style. She murmurs this quietly. Oh, I mean Archer. The knight without form replies to her, "Understood. But what about your defense? You cannot defend against his charge." "There are 3 of us. We can manage if all we need to do is defend." He must have nodded to our words. Presence behind Tosaka vanishes instantly. "Emiya, you can choose whether to run or fight. But if you can, try to run away." Why did my phone just buzz at me? Oh, it was just a fake Grand Order notification. "Are you done? Can I start now?" The girl laughs playfully. She lifts the sides of her skirt and curtsies in a manner quite out of place in such a situation. "Nice to meet you, Reen. I am Ilya. You should figure it out if I make that Ilyasville von Einsburn." Einsburn? Tosaka's body stiffens, apparently recognizing that name. Perhaps she liked Tosaka's reaction as the girl smiles happily, and then... "Then I'll kill you now. Go ahead, Berserker." She orders the strange shape behind her as if she's singing. The massive form flies through the air. In one bound, the thing called Berserker crosses the dozens of meters from the top of the hill. "Shiro, stay back!" In the moonlight, bullets rain down from the descending giant like shooting stars. They have extreme accuracy. The silver lights that are shooting through the giant are indeed arrows. No, the word arrow is an understatement. It's like a barrage from a machine gun, and each shot could pierce through rocks. Yeah, 8 shots of that. It should be able to mow down a house's butt. No way. It's not doing anything. Has no effect on the giant. The 2 swords clash. The giant sword of Berserker who came down through the rain of arrows, and the sword of Saber who ran to his landing spot. The 2 blades spark on contact. The swords clash. Even though she is overpowered by Berserker's attack, Saber does not yield. Silver lights run through the darkness. How much magical energy is in that small body of hers? Even though Saber is obviously weaker, she is proving to be a match against Berserker. She blocks, parries, and faces the assault of that giant sword head-on. It must not be the only one who's awed. The master of that giant and the one standing next to me, Tosaka, are also fascinated by Saber's figure. "Archer, back her up!" Tosaka screams out at once. In response, a silver light comes flying out of nowhere. The silver light strikes the giant right in his temple. That arrow came flying through the air, is as powerful as a tank shell. No matter what this giant may be, he has to take some damage from that. "Got him!" Saber slashes with her invisible sword right after the shot connects, but her attack is countered by a huge blow, and Saber is flung away. Saber slides across the asphalt. A black whirlwind runs in pursuit, and silver lights come flashing down to intercept him. But they have no effect. The 3 arrows hit the giant square in the forehead, but simply disappear. The giant does not stop. Saber blocks the giant blade with her own. "Saber!" My scream is meaningless. As Saber blocks Berserker's sword head-on, she is flung away like a ball, and she falls to the ground. Is she dizzy? Saber has her knees on the ground and does not move. This is it! Smash her, Berserker!" The girl's voice echoes. The giant charges at Saber with a brutal speed. "Keep firing, Archer!" Tosaka starts running as she screams. She must intend to help Saber. She runs up the hill while taking out something that looks like a rock. Tosaka scatters obsidian jewels in the sky, and numerous silver lights come flying from the heavens. Even with that, Berserker's charge does not stop. What a monster. I finally understand how absurd he is. That giant isn't just strong. He must be protected by some law of immortality, created from abnormal amounts of magical energy. Good. Ignore the annoying ones. Archer and Reen shouldn't be able to get past your noble phantasm. The girl's voice rings out. The giant's sword is swung, and Saber bravely blocks it with her sword, and is flung away once again. She flies dozens of meters. Saber flies through the air like a pitcher's fastball and plows into the open terrain off the road. She must be dead. Once is bad enough, but she can't be okay after receiving such a blow twice. The black whirlwind moves. The match is already decided, but he's not done yet. The giant called Berserker roars and charges onto the open land. She'll die. Even if Saber's still alive, she'll surely die now. And as long as I'm here, I'm sure I'll die as well. If you can try to run away, the one who said that isn't here. Tosaka went after Berserker. She must intend to keep fighting against this monster that is unscathed by all those attacks. I want to follow them. Hang on, I want to save. Oh my gosh, there are so many saves. I'm going to start like a row apart, just so I can be like, this is my UBW saves. Follow them. I know I won't be able to do anything if I do go, but still, I still feel her hand in mine. I told her we'll try our best. She shook the hand I held out, so... Man, there's nothing else I can do. I'll be killed if I go up the hill again after that giant. My body is trembling from that fact, but I suppress it and run up the slope. Saber! I run into the open land, and then the scenery that awaits me there is totally unexpected. Gravestones are flying around. Every time the giant swings his sword, the heavy gravestones are split in two. In the midst of it, a knight bravely runs through the storm of gravestones. Yo, the axe sword rages around. Gravestones are flung aside. In the chaos, Saber is fighting Berserker with the same. No, with more power than before. Their positions are reversed here. The advantage belongs to someone with a small body like Saber. Berserker is hindered by obstacles, and Saber acts as if there's nothing in her way. I'm sure that a hindrance of this degree is only trivial for Berserker, but it's more than nothing. If it's only a slight difference, but that slight difference is tipping the scale the other way now. This way, you'll get hit if you're there. Huh? Whoa. What are you thinking? I told you to run away, right? Or did you not hear me? She's really angry. I heard you, but I can't just run away, right? What? How could you reach that conclusion? Can't you tell that you'll only be a bother to us since you can't fight? It can't be helped if you die trying to make a difference, but it'd be meaningless if you die doing nothing. I don't know why, but Tosaka is seriously angry. Even though I'm getting yelled at, I don't feel bad for some reason. Hey, is that something you should get mad about? It shouldn't matter to you if I die meaningless or not. It does matter. I told you that I let you go for all of today, so it'd trouble me if you don't get home safely. I'm confused even more now. Tosaka sure had a different face on at school. Jeez, anyway, you're not hurt, so run away right now. That Aliasville girl intends to kill us all. I know that, but I can't run away. Saber's fighting, so I can't run away by myself. That's a line for someone who can make a difference. You'll just die a meaningless death as you can't do anything to support her. This is your last warning. Just run away. That can't be true. There should be something I can do as long as I'm alive. Besides, are you going to ask someone to do something that you can't? Tosaka looks at me with a serious expression. You're right. I'm the shameless one for asking you to do something I can't do. She looks away. Well, I don't think there's a need to run away. I don't think Saber will lose now. Tosaka takes a peek from behind the tree. Their battle is continuing without change. Berserker's attacks smash through the empty spaces and only destroy surroundings. Between the attacks, within the swirling whirlwind and flying clouds, within the rain of broken gravestones, Saber rushes in without even dirtying her armor and attacks Berserker. It is a divine work of utmost excellence. My fears disappeared at seeing this battle. That is totally impossible for mere humans. Instead, I am fascinated. I cannot believe I was in this Holy Grail war thing, and I also had some uneasiness, but all of it is blown away when I see her. Dancing swords. Within the whirlwind of fatal destruction, the knight challenges the enemy without hesitation. Maybe this scene made me accept everything. No matter what may fall upon us in the future, I am convinced that I will be able to match even a fierce god if I have Saber with me. I thought so. It was strange, but she blocked Berserker's sword on purpose. Tosaka murmurs without emotion. Was that the Lord Berserker here? Yep. It's suicidal to fight Berserker in a place without cover. That's why Saber chose this place as the battleground. She did it naturally, too. She got Berserker away from you, all the while she pretended to be cornered. Then, Saber must have determined that this place was a suitable battlefield when we were walking down the hill. You can't expect backup in a battle like this, or our enemy is a monster that even nullifies Archer's arrows. Backup was meaningless from the start. Tosaka murmurs as she watches the battle between Saber and Berserker. Archer's arrows. But those words catch my attention. Archer isn't here. If he really is an archer, he should not fight hand to hand, but... She got him! Tosaka snaps her fingers. Just as she said, Saber's sword must have hit Berserker, or he must have lost his footing. Berserker's body, holding firm until now, loses its balance. The beast lashes out desperately. Saber dodges by jumping back and holds her sword with both hands. This is it. As his desperate attack is dodged, Berserker loses his balance even more, and Saber bends her knees to charge in with all her power. Right then, Archer, what do you mean get away? I notice Tosaka's confused voice and sense an intent to kill aimed from a faraway place. Yo, there are too many thumbnail moments in this. I wanted it to be like the Berserker roaring, and then I wanted it to be Berserker and Saber fighting in the gravestones, but this shot is sick. Behind me, I see the knight in red standing on a rooftop hundreds of meters away, readying his bow. It's either nausea or a chill. He's readying a bow that's no different from before. It cannot even scratch Berserker with a direct hit, so there's no need to feel any threat from it. I feel a chill. What he is readying in his bow is not an arrow, but something completely different, and his intent to kill isn't just directed at Berserker. Save! I act instantly. I don't think me coming closer would help in any way. I think I will just get killed by Berserker, and then Saber will be like, oh my gosh, my master just died, and then we all get nuked? Or I call back Saber. No, come back, Saber! When I notice I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. Master! She looks dumbfounded. Saber slows down as she hears my voice, but that's not enough. She won't make it if she only slows down. It is dangerous, so please stay back. No, you're in danger, just come here. I reach out to her with my hand. I am... She must have understood me as she turns her back to Berserker and jumps away with all her might. Right after her retreat, he shoots the arrow. Saber jumps back like a spark, and Berserker tries to pursue Saber. Archer's arrow is fired right between them. Archer's arrow may have not had any effect so far. The Black Giant ignores it as if saying it's not worth blocking. But at that moment, the Black Giant turns his back to us and attacks the arrow coming at him with all his might. In that instant, all sound is lost. I throw myself on top of Saber and brace myself. Maybe I've gone deaf as I can't hear anything. All I can feel is the heat burning my skin and the shaking of the ground. Many things go flying through the air, and a piece of something pierces my back. I grit my teeth and endure it. The blinding light must have only lasted for an instant. I managed to survive the destruction. And I think that this is a good place to end this episode. Mostly just because it's been going on for a long time and my throat is starting to give out. Mostly because during action scenes I tend to talk a lot faster than I normally do. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, we are back with more of this. Yeah, just continuing the fight with Berserker. What? Saber is staring in astonishment. I'm doing the same as well. I don't know what happened. Archer's arrow razed the cemetery in an instant. There's a crater at the center of the explosion. Archer has created this destruction. Oh, that's so cool. But the giant still exists in spite of such abolition. Abolition? Berserker. He is unwounded even after taking a direct hit from an A-rank noble phantasm. Saber's voice is weak. Hang on, I need to... Wait. I had to sneeze, and one of my favorite parts about this new mic is that I can just tap the top of it, and it mutes it. Saber's voice is weak. Sparks are flying through the night air. The black giant is standing still in the fire, and everybody here watches this terrible spectacle without words. The crackling of the flames is the only sound present. Right when I start to think that this might turn into a big fire... Huh? Something rolls towards me with a noise. A sword? No, it is an arrow. An arrow with a gorgeous hilt and spiral blade. Even if it's a sword, it is an arrow if it's used as a projectile. That... Sure. I don't know why it catches my attention so much. The arrow broken by Berserker disappears as if melting into the fire. It fades away like candy under heat. It makes me feel like vomiting for some reason. Shiro, that was... It was Archer's arrow. I don't know anything else about it. I raise my head to look at the distant Archer. I shouldn't be able to see him. But I do. He's smiling. He's smiling as if to tell me that he wasn't aiming just at Berserker. Damn him. I feel a headache. The chill running down my back won't go away. My spine is burning like it does when I fail to create a magic circuit. I have a better opinion of you, Reen. Your Archer's pretty good. Hang on, I must send a text really quick. So I need to complain about this. It has nothing to do with fate, but for some reason my phone constantly corrects like where, like when were, like that kind of thing into we are, like the abbreviated version of that, and I hate it so much. Okay, anyways. The girl's cheerful voice echoes through the air. Alright, come back, Berserker. I wanted to get the boring stuff over with first, but I've changed my mind. The black shadow wavers. The giant starts to retreat through the fire. What? You're running away after all this? Changed my mind. I don't want to stay interested in Archer now, so I'll let you live for a bit longer. The giant disappears. The girl giggles. Goodbye. Let's play again, brother. Saying this, she goes away. The unexpected disaster leaves. Tosaka must not intend to follow that girl in spite of what she said. Even I can tell that girl let us go, so I don't think Tosaka will go and seek out such a reckless fight. Thank you, Master. I would have been hit by Archer's noble phantasm if you had not called out to me. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Master? What's wrong with me? Even though I'm not wounded, I feel sick and my consciousness is... Emiya? You look really pale. Master. Shiro! My knees buckle. My vision goes white. Please, pull yourself together. What is going on? I feel someone support me as I start to fall. But the feeling fades as all my senses go away. What's left is this throbbing within me. What's irritating me? And what am I so concerned about? I'm about to fall unconscious, but my head continues to throb. Whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay. That scared the crap out of me.
夢に見ていたあの日の影に届かない叫び明日の自分はなんて描いても消えない願いに見れるこぼれ落ち
Okay, well, that was really cool, but it was also so loud, and for some reason, that is the one thing my microphone, because going, nerding out a bit more about my sick microphone, it can manually, like, change the gain and that kind of stuff for both, like, my microphone and the computer. But for some reason, it just didn't work during that cutscene. But, okay. That was still really cool, though. Even if it was weird. And how it interacted with my stuff, but that's fine. Oh. It's a landscape I've never seen before. The fiery sky above. An infinite number of swords at my feet. Are they traces of war? The world is inorganic, and there are no living things. The ashen wind courses through the forest of swords. The swords stand like trees in a forest. I didn't mean to hit that. It's not just 10 or 20. Hang on, I gotta send another text. There we go. No more throughout this. I can just never record in peace. It's not just 10 or 20, not 100 or 200. No matter how many there are, if it is impossible for them to be counted, they might as well be infinite. The tools are rusting without anybody to use them. A ruin of infinite swords. He thinks that. It is like a graveyard. My vision returns. I don't know how long it's been, but I can feel the warm sunlight. That dream. I open my eyes and recall the dream I was having. That hill of swords. I'm sure I saw that dream because I saw Saber along with the fire in the cemetery. Oh, you're awake. If you're all right now, that's good. Huh? Then Tosaka says in her normal tone while looking down at me. I jump up. I instantly jump back to the wall to get away from Tosaka. Tosaka? Why are you in my room? My head spins and spins. I should have been at the Hill of Swords. No, at the burning cemetery. So why am I asleep in my room? Tosaka, why are you here? And what was I doing? My head spins even more after I say that. It's not because of this surprising event. I'm surprised the most at seeing Tosaka right when I wake up, and it's causing my heart to beat at an abnormal rate. You should just be surprised about one thing. You're not skilled enough to handle two. Tosaka is just acting cool. That snaps my groggy mind into focus. That's right. It's natural to be surprised at seeing Tosaka immediately after waking up. But that must mean... I see. I guess you carried me here after I fell unconscious. Wow, you're sharper than I thought. You're confused, but you're thinking as well. Yeah, this is certainly interesting. I wish she wouldn't say things that I could take as either insult or praise. Then it's been only half a day. If you're able to get me home, that means we were able to get away. Yup, I'm glad you're so smart. She must be satisfied. Saying goodbye, Tosaka starts to leave. Huh? Hey, where are you going? Are you still asleep? This is your house. It's not a place I can stay in. She speaks clearly. Her eyes say, "We're enemies," to me. That's true. Last night, in that church, I said I would fight, so we can only fight each other. You're right. I'm sorry, and sorry for being late, but thank you. Then, Tosaka stops and glares at me. Hold on, why are you thanking me? Well, you helped me, right? I'm even more thankful for that if you're my enemy. Hey, sit right there, Emiya. Tosaka returns to the room. I don't know what she wants, but I'm sure it'll be bad if I don't obey. Come on. She taps on the tatami. Or tatami. I've heard it pronounced both ways. It seems she has a serious matter to talk about. I sit down. Look, I'll tell you since you don't seem to understand. You'll die if you think like that. What do you mean if I think like that? I'm telling you not to thank your enemies. You'll die 100 times if you're worried about such a thing. Look, others are just obstacles. Don't think Don't think they're like you just because they have human form or they speak. Tosaka speaks with a strong voice and sharp eyes. She's certainly right. If it's wrong to feel compassion for an enemy, it is also wrong to consider them to be just like you. Since I have decided to fight, they are only things I need to defeat. Yes, I understand her point of view, but... Are you listening to me? The Holy Grail War is just a war to kill each other, so don't consider other masters to be human beings. Be ready to kill even your own family. Jeez, this is the first rule of being a master. Tosaka yells at me in annoyance. Well, but... I understand that. Then why didn't you kill me? Isn't this a problem? That's because... Where did her previous attitude go? She grumbles angrily. Just didn't feel like it. I owed you, and it's not fair to get you when you're sleeping, so I just wasn't in the mood. Tosaka, didn't you just say something like doing everything to win? Yes, so this is a mistake on my part. It was a mistake I made because I know I'm stronger. Well, I guess it's a flab on my mind. Oh, I heard that phrase before. Flab on your mind? Does that mean you're fat? You sure are funny, Emiya. This is so hilarious. Tosaka smiles. But you shouldn't say unnecessary things from now on. Stupid comments will only bring you death. That was scary. I feel a chill and back up. Well, that's all I had to say. Ask your servant about the rest. Tosaka stands up and leaves for sure this time. Goodbye. We'll be enemies next time we meet, so be prepared. And with that, she disappears. It really must have been a whim of hers to carry me here and to treat me. She left with no regrets or sentiment, leaving only the line that we're enemies. Well, I take a breath and analyze the situation. I haven't had time to think since I saw that fight between Lancer and Archer last night. Oh, I see. Then that figure there must have been Tosaka. I finally realize. I was stabbed by Lancer after that, was saved for some reason, was attacked by Lancer again. Saber saved me and I became a master. What I heard at the church. The killings called the Holy Grail War. The Holy Grail which grants any wish given to the winner. I can't absorb all the facts, but I've been attacked 3 times already, so I can't be confused forever. And most of all, I said I would fight since I cannot ignore this battle. A fight for a single chair called the Holy Grail War. No matter what your expectations are, once you enter it, you cannot survive unless you defeat your enemies. The problem is that defeating other masters might result in harm to innocent people depending on your methods. That's why... Rejoice, Semyashiro. My reasons for fighting is to not win the Holy Grail War. Your wish will finally come true. If it is to stop those that would try to win it by any means possible. It shouldn't be a mistake. Semyashiro has been training in magic to become a superhero, to protect innocent people. Alright, I need to go talk to Saber. I shake off the priest's words and exit into the hallway. I look through the house. I look everywhere someone could possibly be, including all the guest rooms, but I can't find Saber. Huh? She's in that outfit, so you'd think it'd be easy to find her. Even so, I can't find Saber anywhere. I guess servants can become spirits, but I can't turn her into one anyway. No, first of all, even though they call me a master, I don't know anything about her. I don't understand who she is or how she exists. The only thing I understand is that I'm confident I'll be able to win this strange war if I'm with her. She's not here either. I've searched throughout the house. It's a big house, but I didn't play hide and seek here with Fujini as a kid. For nothing. I know the most efficient way to search this place. If she's nowhere to be found after searching this much, then she must be in the dojo or in the shed. Didn't we already do this whole thing? Huh? Saber is in the silent dojo. But her appearance is different from yesterday's. Sitting in a Japanese style, she's not wearing her armor, she's changed into fine clothes that suit her well, and is sitting silently. Yeah, we've already got... Why isn't it asking me to skip some of these scenes? I'm feeling cheated. I lose my voice at the sight. Sitting Japanese style with her back straight and eyes closed. Saber looks beautiful. Her state melting into the silence reminds me of pure water. and that removes the final doubts within me. Even if she is a servant, I think she is holy, so I won't be led astray if I'm with her. Saber! I call out. Saber slowly opens her eyes and returns my gaze. You are awake, Shiro? A calm voice, her voice echoing through the dojo as if permeating. It is surprisingly suited to this place. Yeah, I just got up. What were you doing here? I was resting. I could not treat you, so I thought I'd make sure I was in perfect condition. Saber looks at me as she speaks. Well, I feel tension, different from the kind I felt with Tosaka. Shiro, what is it? Could it be that your body is still... No, there's no problem. I'm just perplexed for my own reasons, so don't worry. I take a step back and shake my head. Looking away from Saber, who is tilting her head questioningly, I calm my pounding heart. Calm down. What am I so tense about? I take a deep breath, but it doesn't seem to die down quickly. In fact, I don't think it ever will. Geez, why does she get changed? I complain without meaning to. Saber's clothes are so real that they make me conscious of her womanhood, whether I like it or not. Oh, there's that classic Shiro being weird about women. She is terribly beautiful. I thought I figured that out yesterday, but she really hits me with it now. Perhaps her armor looks so surreal, I didn't notice yesterday. But when she dresses like a girl, I'm flustered as any healthy guy would be. Shiro? I tense up the moment our eyes meet, but I didn't look for her just to say nothing. I'm troubled, but I can't stay quiet forever. I make up my mind and talk to her. It's something I should have asked her the moment we got back last night. That if she really is my servant, and if she really is going to be joining this battle. Going back to our conversation, Saber. Oh, I'll ask formally. Can I call you Saber? Yes. Since I formed a contract with you as a servant, I am your sword. I shall follow your orders, defeat your enemies, and protect you. Saber says so without the slightest hesitation. There's no room for me to question her about it. Become my sword, huh? Is that to win this Holy Grail war? Is that not why you have summoned me? No, I only summoned you by chance. As you know, I'm only an amateur magus. I'm sorry, but I don't think I have the knowledge nor power of a master. But I've decided to fight, so I'll fight. I'm an unskilled master, but are you okay with that? Of course. You are my master, Shiro. This fact will not be changed. A servant does not have the freedom to choose its master. I see. Then I should try to respond to her to the best of my ability. Alright, so you're content that I'm your master? Yes, but Shiro, I shall not allow defeat for my master. If you have no chance of victory, I shall make one for you. I will use any means possible to have you obtain the Holy Grail. We servants do not serve the master without compensation. We serve because we also desire the Holy Grail. Huh? Hold on. The Holy Grail? You mean you want it too? Of course. After all, the only ones who can touch the Holy Grail in spirit form are we servants, who are also spirits. The master that wins the Holy Grail will obtain the Holy Grail through the medium of their servant. After that, the servant who served the winning master will have have its wish granted in compensation. That is the relationship between master and servants. I see. Now that she says it, it's obviously something like a heroic spirit would never obey a mere human being. Since they have their own objectives, they serve the master in exchange. Then that means Saber has a wish she wants granted. That is why Saber has no doubts. But... hold on, Saber. You said any means possible, right? Does that mean you don't care what measures you take to win the war? For example, doing something like what that priest said, involving innocent people and creating disaster like what happened 10 years ago? And no! Shiro, that is not a possibility. I can only do things I allow myself to do. I cannot betray my beliefs. It is against the knight's oath to hurt those who are unarmed. But I must obey if you order so. In that case, you will have to use one of your command spells to compensate for treading inside me. I am overwhelmed by her angered voice. I was not that angry. But still, I'm happy and relieved. Her lack of doubt gave her the image of a cold fighting machine. But I know that she is not a cold-blooded killer. Yeah, I won't let you do such a thing. Like you said, we have to do our best with what we can. I'm really sorry. I insulted you without realizing it. No. I leapt to a hasty conclusion without knowing your intentions. You are not at fault, so please raise your head. Huh? Oh, sorry. I apologize without realizing it. I raised my head. I don't know what's so funny, but Saber has a small smile on her face. Well, I'm glad she's smiling, so I won't ask her about it. Alright, then can I ask you about something else? Masters and Magas that summon servants, right? That's fine, but I don't quite understand you guys, like Saber and Lancer. I know those aren't your real names. Yes, those are only the names of the classes given to us. Okay, nope. We've already gone through all of this. I am just going to click through this until we get to something new. Yep. I was kind of like humoring it a little bit, I guess. But from here on out, if it's like a scene that I'm like, I'm pretty sure we've already read through this one, then we are just gonna keep going. Just because, like, last route was like almost 80 episodes. So I mean, like, we don't really need this one to be that long too. You know what I mean? So if it's like so blatantly that we've already heard this exact conversation before, then I am just gonna kind of skip ahead. Yeah, no, she's just gonna explain noble phantasms. Okay. Yo, look at them cheeks, boy. Ooh, he's got it. Oh my gosh. Speaking of cakes, I mean, we gotta talk about something while I just skip through this, right? Freaking another caked up boy is getting nerfed. I have heard that in the new Arkham game, they are stealing Nightwing's Dumpy. Which, I'm not like a big, like, DC fan, you know, like, oh, I dig, like, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, that, like, you know, at pretty surface level, but I've never been, like, into them, you know, but I know that they always, sorry, I'm trying to simultaneously read this, so to make sure it's, like, still, like, stuff that we've already read. Wait. Hang on. Okay, yeah. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, okay, yeah. We've already got this. But even I know that he's just caked up, man. And they are apparently taking that away from him, and it's just like, why? We can't have anything. First it was Snake, now it's Nightwing. Who are they gonna hurt next? Wait. Okay, whenever it brings up Tosaka, I'm just gonna like double check, just because I'm like, is this talking about like her being an enemy now, or is it just saying like stuff that she's already said? I would like to end the episode, but I know I'll get confused when I go to edit this and see that it's all just still going, but you know. Oh my gosh, this conversation's so long. And you know, there's gonna be someone who's like, no, like the second, like there's parts of this conversation that are different. It's like, they should not put a near identical conversation in different routes. That is stupid. So yeah, with that scene being over, I will see all of you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, we be back with more of this game. In the last one, we skipped a really long conversation that we already had. It just went on for so long. Like, it went on for several minutes. After I was like, oh, wait, this is literally exactly the same. And just started mashing through it. So that's cool. Excuse that little burp. Anyways, yeah, let's just jump into it. We've skipped breakfast and it's noon already, so we decide to eat lunch. Saber can't turn into a spirit like Archer, and I'm not sending her magical energy like all the other masters are doing. It doesn't need to be said that this is because I'm an unskilled master. It seems she can sleep to stop consuming magical energies of food. Servants take physical form using magical energy, right? Then since you can't restore magical energy, you'll get weaker every time you fight? I ask her after cleaning up our meal. It does not mean I cannot restore any magical energy. Magical energy is constantly created within oneself. A servant without any outside source can create magical energy using its own circuit. I see, then there's no problem, right? Well, how shall I explain this? Let me use that faucet as an example. Water is dripping out of the faucet right now, correct? Please consider that as my magical energy being created, and the cup receiving the drop is me. In this state, I can accumulate magical energy slowly. Well, haven't we already had this conversation too? We no supply of magical energy and the cup will be empty forever. That means eliminate. You know, I'm just gonna put this at the end of the last episode. Because I actually gotta go. And I'm pretty sure this is a conversation that we've literally already had. Our powerful action requires more water. This is getting complicated now to sum it up. I have her faucet, giving her magical energy so I can restore magical energy. Therefore, she should end battles as quickly as she can and sleep right after. Stop. Is it? I can't tell anymore because some of these like sound so similar, but I'm like thinking back to it, like, wasn't Reen here that first day? No, she wasn't. I'm pretty sure she left at this point to go get her stuff. Wow. That is actually weird thinking about how it's written so that they could insert these scenes into multiple routes. I think that's how it's working. Correct, but it does not mean I cannot use it. I should be able to use it once I reduce power, and what are you saying? What are you saying? I can't let you do that. You're not allowed to use your noble phantasm, okay? I don't know how I'll apologize if it causes you to die. I place the tea in front of Saber. And like the other complicated thing is like, even if these conversations aren't the same, they're just repeating information that we already know, which could, in its own case, make it feel like we've already had this conversation before, which is inherently a problem. Then the phone rings. A phone call at this time on Sunday. It's all too good. Ignoring the call. Hello, this is Emiya. Hi, this is Fujimaru. I feel dizzy. She is the strongest in one regard. She simply discards all the chaotic events that happened since last night. And I feel like it's just a normal day. What? Sorry, but I'm busy right now, Fujini. Hey, I'm busy too. I gave up my day off to teach my students. It sure is strange. I feel like Fujini's right in front of me, puffing with pride. I see. Then I guess this isn't the time to be chit-chatting. There are no robbers or fires here. You can rest assured and go back to your club. I try to cut off our conversation. Hold on, I'm calling you, so it'll be terrible if you hang up without hearing me out. I've been in trouble since last night, but it won't do any good to tell her that. Oh, that was Shiro. Well, I guess she's in a little trouble right now, too. Fine, so what do you want? I want to eat lunch, Shiro. How about that sweet omelet you make? That'll be for my order. I want it delivered to the archery range right away. Bye! Jeez, what's up with that teacher? And I actually got to end the episode there. Hence why I'm just going to put it together. Yeah, so with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, we're back, and I need to apologize for two things in the last episode. First, I tried recording my my actual audio, like me speaking, with OBS, because I was like, you know, if I can just cut out a little bit of time from the editing of having to sync up everything, that would actually help a little bit. So I tried doing that. Never doing that again, because the audio was super choppy. Like, I kept, skipping ahead, skipping back a little bit. I don't know why. Or just how to fix that in general. Like, I was just looking at the audio settings for OBS. Couldn't find anything that would indicate why that was happening. And second of all, what was I gonna say? I also don't know why the audio quality in general is so much lower when I'm recording these Fate videos. I just don't. Like, whenever I'm recording any of the other series since I got this new mic, it sounds pretty good. But whenever I record Fate, it's all weird, it's a little echoey, I don't understand. So yeah, with those two things being said, let's just... oh yeah, also the actual second thing I was going to say was, sorry for the weird ending of the last one. I was going to try and fit in recording another episode before I had to leave somewhere, but then unexpectedly I had to leave a lot earlier than I thought I was going to. So I just kind of smashed a little bit together, you know what I mean? So yeah, with that being said, let's just get into this one. Man, I guess it can't be helped. I hear beasts go wild when they get hungry. I put on the apron I just took off. Well, we have leftovers from lunch, and the omelet will be easy to make. I'm done. Saber, can you watch the house for a bit? I'll only be gone for a while. I carry Fujini's boxed lunch and go into the hallway. Saber follows me for some reason. I put on my shoes. When I look next to me, Saber is there, putting her own shoes on. Saber? I call out to her timidly. Well, I know what she's going to say, but I have to ask her. Well... I shall accompany you if you are going outside. Servants protect their masters. It is too dangerous to let you walk outside alone. I thought so. Well, this is something I have to tell her eventually. This is a good time, so I'll tell her now. Saber, masters try to avoid getting attention, right? Then daytime should be a safe time. They won't attack me unless I go to an isolated place. I am aware of that fact, but there could be exceptions. Since you are inexperienced, I should be by your side constantly. What? Does she mean she'll be with me all the time? You idiot, I can't do that. First of all, what will we do when I go to sleep? Are you testing me, Shiro? That is the time that requires the most attention. I shall be on standby right next to you. I hide my blushing face and take a huge breath to calm myself down. Damn, how stupid of me. I finally realized this important fact. This is what it means to fight alongside her. What is wrong, Shiro? I do not think it should surprise you. It is just that I shall be doing as Rin did last night. Don't kid me. I'll go crazy before I even fight if you do that. I can't allow that. I'll prepare you a room so you can sleep there. Ugh. I won't give in even if you look at me like that. Please stop this nonsense, Shiro. I have tolerated most of your contradictions, but I cannot compromise on this. Your plan is full of mistakes for a master. I cannot obey you unless you explain your reasoning. Saber looks up at me. She's putting pressure on me, but I stare back at her. I don't have a reason. I'm telling you to just do so. It's safe during the daytime, so go ahead and rest. I refuse. I cannot obey unless you give me a clear reason. You don't get it, huh? You're a girl, so there's no way I can sleep in the same room as you. Saber freezes. Anyway, I'm going to prepare you a room when I come home, so rest until then. I run out the door. Man, this is pathetic, but I'm running away, and I'm doing it in front of my opponent too. Geez, am I a kid or something? I run outside and slap my blushing face. Well, anyway, Saber should understand since I told her so firmly. I'll apologize for yelling at her after I come home. I go down the hill. It takes about 30 minutes to get to the school on foot. I don't have to hurry, but I'm walking quickly right now. The reason being... the girl walking silently behind me. She'll follow me to school if I don't do anything. I have to clearly tell her right here. Saber, I told you to wait at the house. You won't obey your master? I stop and turn to her. I like that Shiro is like so, hey, listen, I don't really like this whole master thing. Like, we're more like partners than anything else. Like, I'm not like in charge of you in the last route, but in this one, he's like, this is the one thing that gets him to be like, no, listen, I am your master. Please do what I'm saying. I stop and turn to her, after glaring at me. Who knows? If a servant is not following its master's orders, it must mean the servant did not hear the master. She turns and walks away from me. I ignore Saber and go down the hill. Behind me... Saber is there, silently putting pressure on me. Go home now. Do I have to tell you that it's annoying to have you following me? I glare at the girl who is walking exactly 5 meters behind me. I don't know what her problem is. but I'm just met with silent defiance. Jeez. I have no idea what she's so mad about, but I'm sure she's just obstinate. Fine, do what you want. I ignore Saber and walk on. I go up the hill leading to the school. This town has lots of hills, but this one is especially long. The school on top of the hill is high enough to be able to see everything in this town. It's a bit past 1 o'clock. Fortunately, I don't see any students around. It's Sunday, so I bet most people in the clubs are still resting after eating their lunch. Well, that's good, but I still shouldn't go any further. I sigh and give up. I turn around. When I stop, Saber comes up to me and glares. She looks even more angry, as if I've been ignoring her this whole time. Saber? What is it? I believe you told me to do as I wish. So you only hear things that are convenient for you, huh? Of course. I am a servant, so I cannot allow my master to be in danger. Jeez, alright, you win. I give up, so let's go to the school together. You should understand that the school is a safe place if you go there. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Huh? Well, let's make up a story for you. You're a relative of my father, and you came here to visit and sightsee. Is that alright? I walk up the hill with Saber. Oh, yes. I do not mind if that is convenient for you. Alright, that's what we'll go with. Yeah, you would have met them sooner or later, so it doesn't matter if I introduce them to you now. That's right. Saber is bound to meet Sakura and Fujini if she's staying at my place. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you, but where did you get those clothes? Rin gave these to me. She said I will need normal clothes since I cannot turn into spirit form. That's unexpected. I'm not surprised by Rin's kindness, but just that she'd have such feminine clothes. That's a weird thing to say. Then what about that armor? Is that back at the house? No, that armor is formed from my magical energy. I can remove it at will. It'll immediately protect me during battle. So you can take it out at will. Yes, so you need not worry. I shall protect you even if an enemy attacks us here. Yeah, that's comforting. Maybe because I've kept so quiet up until now, my honest opinion slips out. Saber does not answer me and continues up the hill. We reach the school gate. Oh well, I guess I'll just pretend I'm showing a new student around. Saber, if anybody stops you, just shake your head. It'll be great if you can make an expression like you don't understand Japanese. I turn to Saber. Saber, what's with that severe expression? Don't scare me like that. Huh? Oh no, I was not looking at you, Shiro. I was just surprised at how strong the lingering magical energy is here. Lingering magical energy? Is that true? Saber says so, but I don't feel anything. Well, I can't feel any magical energy unless it's really strong. Yes, but it's not something to be surprised about. Rina's in the same grade as you, correct? This is a place where a great magus has gone for over a year. I'm sure she has a workshop, so some magical energy will flow out no matter how well she may try to hide it. It seems the magical energy Saber feels is from Tosaka. She's pretty stupid for getting her magical energy sensed even before you went inside. Wait, is she in there right now? No, it does not seem like she's in there. I should be able to feel the energy more strongly if she is. Nobody resembling a magus is currently on this property. There's a strange feeling, but there is no danger. I told you there's no danger here. Alright, let's go in. Oh, Emiya, what are you doing? Are you in charge of her meal? A person that knows you well comes in handy at a time like this. Mitsuzuri Ayako, the captain of the archery club, even figured out why I was here just by seeing me. I'm here to deliver her lunch, as you guessed. Is Fujini here? Yep, man, you saved us. We were worried because she was hungry and started getting edgy. The cafeteria is closed, so we were considering going somewhere to buy her food. Was it that serious? Wait, were you thinking of going to Toyotsu by yourself? Where else can I go? We're short on money already, so I can't be spending money on emergency food. As expected from Mitsuzuri, the woman who hates to waste money. By the way, Toyotsu is the name of the supermarket in the shopping district. In the archery club, anyone resting their arms and taking a break is sent on a grocery run as an exercise. It's a contradictory custom because even though it's an exercise to rest your arms, you have to carry back a lot of groceries. That's some misfortune. Here's the lunch. It's a bit late, but go ahead and give it to Fujini. I hold out the bag. Wow, a 3-layered box lunch. It's been a while since I've seen this. You're good at doing some small, intricate things. I don't know what she's happy about, but she smiles. Oh, yeah, she's good at mass production. Mitsuzuri is usually in charge of dinner during our training camp, and she surprises us every time. The world of cooking is deep, concerning how a curry with whole potatoes in it tasted good. Well, anyway, I've never had curry. Mitsuzuri only looks inside the bag and doesn't take it. Hey, just take the bag. Isn't it a problem in there with Fujini going wild? Yeah, if you think so, you should go in there quickly and give the lunch to her. First of all, you should know she'd get mad if I turned you away here. I don't want to be chewed out by Fujini-sensei. Go. I said Fujini-sensei. So go on in. She points to the range using her chin. She's right. It can get scary later on if I don't at least go to see her. I'm not here for archery practice, so I can go home as soon as I hand her the lunch. I give up and head to the archery range. But Mitsuzuri, you should be checking if Fujini has her lunch or not, since you've been here long enough. It's bad if the teacher starts looking at her students' lunches. Well, I was a bit tired this morning. I've been busy lately, so I don't have much time to spare. Well, it does no good to be complaining to you. Then she suddenly comes up to me and whispers into my ear. So, who is she? She's really beautiful. Do you know her? Her voice is tense as she asks. Yeah, you'd usually be surprised to see Saber. You'd usually be surprised to see Saber. All the more she's coming into the archery range after me. So, is that an acquaintance of yours? It's kind of complicated, but let's just say she is. And if you can go ahead and tell everyone not to make a fuss about her when we go in, I'll be indebted to you. Alright, I'm curious, but I like that condition. Don't take it back later, okay, Emiya? I open the door. Saber silently follows after me and Mitsuzuri. We enter the archery range. The range is as loud as a battlefield since it's right after lunch. Fujimaru-sensei! Misaki! My brain just completely turned off there. Because it was just, Misaki-san is saying she's, and then it was like, that is so much, just so many S's. Misaki is saying she's going to die of stomachache. How old was that cracker? That's just her side hurting. I ate it and I'm doing fine, so just give her some kelp tea. Taiga-sensei, I'm going to practice, so can you move the stove? It's cold in the corner of the range. Alright, since you have some guts, go run around the range 3 times in shorts. Go and beat that rotten character of yours into shape. Sensei, we have someone bleeding over. Oh, we have someone bleeding over here. Oh, I was about to ask if they cut it with the bowstring. Oh, that hurts. No, I've definitely, in archery, I've once, maybe made the slight mistake and gotten my forearm snagged by the bowstring. It was a mess, let's just say. We have someone bleeding over here. Kitaku-kun cut her cheek with the bowstring. Never my cheek, though. That would hurt. You don't have to go to the nurse's office for this small wound. Just rub some of the aloe plant in the back on it. Ouch. Jeez, why is this bow like this? I couldn't put the string on if it's like this. Oh, there, don't push on the top. You're still young, so get someone to help you if it's difficult. If you break it, your neck will be broken later on. Oh, is that a threat? That is, I'm gonna break your neck for breaking our precious bow. Sensei, we don't have any powder. My hand's slipping. Oh, really? Can someone go to the storage room and get some of the stock? Sensei, we're out of stock as well. I think it's because you forgot to order more the other day. Oh, man. The first years are to go to the baseball club and steal some rosin bags. Man, she's nuts. They scream in unison. Man, this place doesn't change at all. Well, I can't be watching this hellish scene forever. Oh, great timing. Hey, Sakura. I call out to her. Senpai? Sakura puts down the bow in her hands and runs to me. Senpai, why did you come here today? Could it be, Yeah, I brought lunch for Fujini. That is not what she was thinking, probably. I'm sorry, but can you go get that crazy teacher over there? Yeah, she's, look at that disappointment. Oh, Oh yeah, she was calling someone. I don't know where her cheerfulness went as she slumps her shoulders. Yeah, she was like, oh man, Shiro, my best buddy who I only see late at night at home. He's come back to join the club and we can spend more time together. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm here on lunch duty, baby, let's go. Honestly, I will say, Sakura is probably the biggest improve, at least like in like the Fate route and the beginning of this route. Sakura is easily like the biggest improvement from just the animated versions. Because before like everything in like spoiler territories happens, she's just kind of sad girl with not a whole lot else going on character-wise. So seeing her in the Fate route and just in this having expressions outside of I'm dying inside is just not. And I know she wasn't like 100% only that in the anime, but it's so much nicer to see like more of her character here, you know? Why does my phone keep buzzing at me? Stop it. A Pokemon that I just put on a gym got knocked off, those dickheads. Anyways, that's it. Fujini is giving absurd orders because she's hungry, right? It might be too late, but let her eat this since I made it. Oh, I'm sorry for coming late last night, and thanks for making me dinner. Yes, I'm glad you say so, but... She looks behind me. There stands a gold-haired girl unsuited to this range. Senpai? Oh, was I too late? I made some for you as well, but was it unnecessary? Aw, Shiro. Oh no, that's not true. I'm hungry as well. I gave half my lunch to Sensei. Yeah, I thought so. I made your lunch, so that you can eat it right away. It shouldn't take that long to eat it. Well, I don't think anyone's going to complain if that's the case. You're right, I'll have some then. Will you be here all day? Wait, all today? Is that what she said? Hang on. Will you be here all today? That's a weird way to say that. Yeah, since I'm here, I'll stay here until the club is over. I skipped making dinner yesterday, so I'll cook dinner today. Come and eat with us. Yes, it'll be my pleasure. Then I want to go get Sensei. Senpai, please don't just drop off lunch and go away, okay? Oh, that was so sad. Sakura goes to get Fujini in a hurry. When I look around, Mitsuzuri is explaining things to the students that are getting rowdy from seeing Saber. She does have that effect on people. Well, I've accomplished my goal. And with that, I will end the episode there. Hopefully nothing went wrong with this recording. It's mostly Fate. Fate, just because of how many episodes I have with Fate, I guess it makes the most sense that I have the most hiccups with this series, but it just so happens so often, so I'm just thankful, or hopeful, that nothing happened with this episode. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Alright, we be back with more of this. I don't know if there's any issues in the last one, just because, I record these in batches most of the time, so I won't know for a while, and I'm also planning to record basically all of October's uploads today, so I won't know at all. Anyways, with that being said, let's just jump into it. My throat is gonna kill itself at the end of this recording session. I'm full now. The sugar's flowing to my brain, so I'm finally up to par now. The break room. Fujini is munching on some sweet bean jelly as she drinks some tea. The only thing audible in the quiet dojo is the sound of arrows. It must be because Fujini is calm now. Sensei, I'm going to the range now, so excuse me. Alright. Oh, I'm sorry. Alrighty. Oh, can you tell Mitsuzuri-san to come here? I need to talk to her. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm usually like, I kind of don't want to do, like, the san, like that, those kind of things, like the honorifics. My brain just turned off when I was trying to think of the other ones. But for some reason with it, when it comes to these two, it just feels right. Okay, please stay at your leisure, Senpai. If you can, it'd help, if you can, I hate saying it'd, even though I know what it would help me out if you would coach me. Sakura bows and leaves, but when she does so, she looks uneasily at Saber, who's watching us quietly by the wall. So, what are you going to do now? The club's over at 5, so will you just watch until then? What should I do? It seems Saber's looking at the archery range with interest, so I should stay at the... Well, hang on. She's looking at the archery range with interest, so I kind of want to stay here. This is one of those... I kind of want to come back to it in the future kind of things. So I'll stay at the archery range. That is what I told Sakura I was going to do. Yeah. I think I'll cause trouble if I walk around school with Saber. I'll relax. This is also weird for me because, like, I'm trying to, like, not let the anime influence me. As I was taking that decision, I was like, oh yeah, Shiro did this thing in the anime. Unless I'm, like, conflating set different scenes, but this feels like the same part in the anime. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to try and not let that influence me at all and just be like, what would I do, Darkbender do in this situation? Even though Shiro is very much so his own character with his, like, own personality, which is always weird when they give you, like, those kinds of games with, like, here are all these options, but this character is very well defined. That's how it is with, like the Quarry and, like, Dead by Day. I mean, not Dead by Daylight, Until Dawn. I have Dead by Daylight on my mind. I've never played it. I have it, and I was planning to play it for October, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I'll cause trouble if I walk around school with Saber. I'll relax in this familiar club room. Yeah, I'll stay and watch if it's not going to be a bother, Fujini. Alright, well I'm going to go teach so you can relax here. Oh, you don't have to restrain yourself if you want to shoot. You're my student, and you're better than most people. Yeah, she's not wrong. I'm better than anyone when it comes to shooting arrows. Even though I was away for a while, I'm sure I could get the same results I had when I used to come here. That's not because of my skill in archery. I can hit the target like I do in my mind because of my everyday training in magic. That's not true, Fujini. I'm missing the endurance part of accuracy. Piercing strength, and endurance. What? What? Do you mean how you have to shoot more than 200 arrows a day, and how everything else is just releasing the bow? You know, boring. Wait. Do you mean how you have to shoot more than 200 arrows a day, and how everything else is just releasing the bow? You know, boring things, Shiro. Hey, you should know this if you do archery. At any rate, I can't shoot if my mind isn't into it. I'm not prepared at all, so I don't know if I'll even hit the target. I feel that. Oh, but Shiro, shooting arrows every day isn't the only way to train. The endurance is good enough if you're training yourself. It's good to make a distinction, but it's also good to try to respect archery. It'll be good if you just nod, so be honest once in a while. It'll all be good if you just nod, so what does she mean by that? Fujini disappeared into the range. Mitsuzuri comes in and takes her place. Excuse me? Oh, why the upset face, Emiya? Oh, I bet Fujimaru-sensei scolded you, huh? I guess so. She told me not to worry too much. Well, she's totally right. Oh, I see. I thought you quit because you didn't want to shoot anymore. But you still want to, huh? That's unexpected. Yeah, didn't he quit because, like, I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the Fate route. Didn't he quit because there was, like, drama with Shinji? It's unexpected. What? You thought I got bored with archery? Yeah, you only missed the target once. You were freaking good ever since I joined the archery club. Your form was really beautiful, and you looked like you didn't know how to miss. I thought you weren't happy about hitting the target because you're so good. You couldn't get into this mentality without the bow, so I was annoyed that the bow might just be hindering you. What? These people speak in riddles now. Oh, did I guess right? I bet I did. Shooting is the mentality of shooting your mind, right? The arrow is not shot at the target, but shot at the mind of the shooter trying to hit the target. So you won't understand the mentality if you can't face yourself. Oh. That was a little direct with the themes of this route, but, you know, it works. In other words, archery is a way to kill you. Oh, well. Being a little on the nose, aren't you there, Nasu? Is trying to make yourself transparent and to become one with nature. The 8 stages of shooting. Ashumbi, I'm going to do my best here, I do apologize. Ashibumi, Dozukuri, Yugamai. Oh, this one. Uchiokoshi, Hikiwaki, Kai Hanare, and Zunshin. I think I pronounced most of that correctly. Exists for that purpose. Kai, the unity of the self and the target. Hanare, releasing the arrow which has become yourself and the moment time stops. Zunshin, The self that is shot to the target already knows it will hit, and the action and the result become one to make the past and the future into a point. It is only a way to train yourself according to the set stages. Yes, archery is similar to meditation and magic. Well, it's like preaching to a Buddha. Hitting the target is like a bonus in archery. Archery is more like a path to obtain the mentality. It's a path and not a technique. But to put it another way, you can't reach that mentality without a bow and arrow. I thought that was the boring part for you. We shoot arrows and feel it when we hit the target. We know hitting the target is only a technique, but we can't tell if we succeed unless the arrow hits the mark. But you're the type that doesn't care where the arrow goes. Anyone can hit the target in archery, disregarding bothersome things like the 8 stages of shooting. Anyone can hit their target if they pursue the technique to hit the target. But they are only making the arrow hit the target with technique. Real shooting hits no matter how bad the shooter may be. I don't know. I go to the range so that I can hit the target. I like how she went on this like long philosophical diatribe, and he's like, I just go to shoot, man. What are you talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Isn't there a faster way to get a bow and go into the range? Isn't there a faster way than getting a bow and going into the range? First of all, the bow and arrow are unnecessary for you. You missed a target once before, right? I went to see how surprised you'd look, but you were acting normally. I asked you why, and you said, I missed because I imagined for it to miss. I didn't miss as a result, but you made it miss with your own will. That's when I thought that you're always imagining the arrow striking the target before you release it. What are you saying? That's just basics, right? Don't you imagine the arrow hitting the target and release it accordingly? Of course, people try different things wishing for a good result, but it's only in our imagination. We can't see it like you do, Emiya. It means you're one with nature. You've reached nothingness, to put it in martial arts terms. I don't know if I'm really seeing, but I can nod back to the nothingness part. It is the strength of a magus to erase oneself, to make a self into a circuit, making the self transparent and ridding oneself of attachments and wishes to only obtain the result. The training of archery and magic are similar in regards to making the self into nothing. That's difficult. So what did you want to tell me? It's just that it's easy for you to turn transparent because you're unselfish. You should be more selfish and greedy. It's boring to become a master at such a young age, right? I won't tell you to be like Shinji, but why don't you have some fun once in a while? I'm at a loss for words. I think that's not true, but I can't think of anything that's fun for me. See, that's why you're troubling Sakura so much. You have to know how to have fun now, or you won't be able to when you get old. That is an amazing point. I know, I've actually known a couple people throughout my life who had a very similar mindset to Shiro. And this might sound super dorky, but seeing how Shiro's ideals and flaws are explored and not necessarily debunked but challenged throughout Unlimited Blade Works at Heavensfield has helped me when talking to people with Shiro's mindset. So I think what she's saying to him right now is very good. People call those kinds of people good for nothingness. People call those kinds of people good for nothings, Well, I wasn't gonna say that. I feel like that's a little different. Man, has it become so bad that a classmate is worrying about me when I get old? Why are you so worried about me? Because you don't laugh, Emiya. Huh? Oh, wasn't that one of Nasu's notes for the anime was please don't, or was that just a rule he had when writing? It was never have Shiro laugh or smile, I think was what it was. And then in Heavensfield there are pictures of him smiling and laughing. But that's okay. We were all laughing, but you didn't laugh even at my best jokes. So? Yep, I'm still holding a grudge from that time, she declares as if smiling to a rival. I think I'm starting to understand why people like Mitsuzuri. Otaku Daikun puts up these waifu polls and that kind of stuff. And sometimes Mitsuzuri is on them. And when I see her win anything, I'm why? She had 2 conversations. What's the deal with What's the deal with this? But I'm kind of getting it. If she gets explored a little, because I do think she appears a little bit later in this route again. Not for anything super duper major. But she seems like one of those background characters that gets a decent amount, like at least enough to be a likable character. So I'm like, I think I get it now why she could win something. The club ends when the sun starts setting. The sun sets earlier in the wintertime, and I must also take into account the dangerous events happening recently. Oh, where's Shinji? I haven't seen him today. He's skipping the club. He might have a new girlfriend as he's like this recently. Oh, I would feel so bad for Ryder if she was. Mrs. Uri says this as if it's nothing, and walks to the school building. See ya, I have business in the teacher's office. Holding the key in her hand, the archery club captain leaves. We're at the front gate. Fujini, Sakura, Saber, and I part with everyone else here. Goodbye, Sensei! Don't tease Emiya, Tiger! We start going down the hill with those voices in the background. We keep walking. Sakura and Fujini are beside me, and Saber is following behind us. Why is that girl following us? Then, it seems she only realized it now. Does she not go up to this random girl who was just hanging out in the club room and be like, hey, you interested in, like, archery? And, like, or talk to her at all. Granted, it is Fujini, so I can't... Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. Hey, do you know her, Shiro? It's the second time today I've had that question. Thanks to Mrs. Zuri letting me practice, I'm able to answer without hesitation. Yeah, I brought her here, so it's natural for me to know her, right? Yeah, so what kind of relationship do you have with her? Yeah, I never heard of Shiro having a foreign friend. No, she's not my friend, but an acquaintance of my father. I guess she's the daughter of a friend of my father? Kiritsugu? Then this girl came to visit Kiritsugu? Yeah, she'll be staying at my place for a while, so will you give her your best regards? Huh? Sakura and Fujini give the same reaction at the same time. I love Saber just stoic in the background, as these two just go through a flurry of emotions. Well, it's natural for them to both be surprised. Wait, Shiro, are you going to be living with her? No, Saber's only staying for a short while. I'm only letting her stay here, like in a hotel. It's nothing to be surprised about, right? She's called Saber-san, senpai. Yeah, I know it's a strange name. I think she has some strange aspects considering she's not used to Japan. Wait, some strange aspects considering she's not used to Japan. Oh, she might seem a bit blunt, but she's actually really kind. It'll help me out if you can be friends with her, Sakura. Okay, that's fine, but... Sakura looks away from me and looks at Fujini as if asking for help. Fujimaru-sensei, will you permit Saber-san stay? I can't approve of it as a teacher, but I can't just ignore someone who came depending on Kiritsugu. She looks dependable, so I don't think anything will happen, right, Shiro? Fujini glances at me and asks me an impolite question. Of course! She's my guest if she's my She's my guest if she's my father's guest. I can't do anything impolite to her. First of all, she's like my sister. How old is she? She looks younger than Sakura. I guess so. She stares at my face. Then once we come to the bottom of the hill... Do you like her, Shiro? She suddenly gets me with a surprise attack. I don't know, I just met her too! So I can't answer a question like that. Ugh, my face is burning. I bet my face is all red right now. You're telling the truth, but it might be possible in the future, huh? I don't, that's funny. I don't know what she read off of me. Fujini crosses her arms and grows quiet as if she's pondering something. And that'll be the end there. This is definitely like that weird section of like the beginning of the story where it's like not a whole lot really happens, but it's just more like character interactions and character building, which I'm fine with. I always just feel bad when we get to the end of the episode. I'm like, we didn't do anything but talk at each other, nothing else. But at the same time, that is what visual novels are. So, I mean, if you're disappointed by that, you came to the wrong series. But I do just tend to like to end things at scenes near the 20-minute mark, give or take a little bit. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. We back. I'm so bad at intros with this because, like, for every other series, it's like, oh, right, we back, and then just immediate commentary into the game. And even then, I screwed that up sometimes. But with this one, it's like, hey, we back. To sum things up, Saber's stay was approved. Like, that feels a little weird to me. But I don't know how else to intro these. So, to sum things up, Saber's stay was approved. I guess it's fine. It'll be a good experience if we considered this as a homestay. This place has a lot of empty rooms, you know. Fujini makes up her mind. Sakura was silent the whole time, but... okay, it's not something I can protest about. It seems she understood her place in the end. So it's dinner time now. I put extra effort into it, as a welcome party for Saber and a thanks for last night. I prepare minced bonito oh, dude, whenever he talk... I need to get, like... I haven't watched any of the, what is it? Today on the Menu with the Emiya family, I think it's called. I haven't gone in... I haven't watched that. I haven't read it. I really want to. I just haven't. I just have so little time to watch sub shows, though, is the thing. And I don't mind... like, I actually like the dub of Fate, but I don't know if the dub is on Crunchyroll, is where I watch my anime show. If it's there, then I'll watch that, because I actually really like the dub for, like, basically all of Fate. I know some people don't like Mr. Bryce, but I don't see anything wrong with them. I think he makes a good Shiro. Granted, I like both. You know, I'm one of those people who's like, I don't care if it's sub or dub. 99% of the time, I'll watch both. I prepared minced, but what I was gonna say was, like, whenever I read this, I get hungry, and I'm already hungry, dude. So this is bad. I prepare minced bonito salad, fried chicken, meat stew, and a tempura of every kind. Oh, the dinner consisting of various dishes. I don't know why, this episode has such a different energy than most of my Fate stuff does. It ends without anyone saying anything. Oof. I washed the dishes in the kitchen. It's not like I was hoping for a cheerful dinner from the very first day, but couldn't there have been a bit more conversation? I think today's tempura was really well made. I was perfectly made, so they should have at least said something. But they did finish all of it. What's up with more please 3 times being the only thing that was said? Cleaning up after 4 people takes a bit of effort. Actually, could there be a meaning behind the fact that Sakura is not coming to help me tonight? Yeah, you know, at least Shiro picked up on that. 90% of people, like, I know I give Shiro a lot of crap. What also... Takeuchi absolutely struggles with side profiles in his early art. I think he is one of my favorite artists of all time now. But, like, look, and even in this, there's some phenomenal pieces of art. But just the side profiles always look a little funky, huh, buddy? But I give Shiro a lot of crap. But the fact that he went, like, is there a meaning to this, and didn't immediately jump to, Sakura, that little wench didn't help me, is, like, so much better than what most people would do. Like, I know a couple people would be like, my husband didn't help me immediately with cleaning, and then they would just start screaming at him. Granted, and then, like, you know, vice versa, like, oh, my girlfriend or wife or friend didn't help me, and then, like, start getting mad at that. It goes both ways, but it's usually just, like, people will, like, see something like that and then just immediately flip their lid. Granted, even if there's something wrong, you know, it's usually still nice to help out and then just talk to them later. But, you know, I feel like that's just escalating the situation. So it's good for Shiro to be like, oh, this means something, huh? Anyways, well, dinner's over, so I guess it's time now. Fujini looks at the clock while drinking her tea. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That caught me off guard. It's past 9 o'clock. They usually go home around this time. Fujini, can you walk Sakura home if you're gonna go home? I call out to her while doing the dishes in the kitchen. There's no reply. Fujini is watching TV like she didn't hear me. Hello? Didn't you hear me, Fujimaru-sensei? I go to the living room and tap her head. Then... I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I won't be able to take Sakura-chan home for a while. Why? You have something to do? No, it's because I'll be staying here starting tonight. It's as if it's already decided. Excuse me? How about you join us, Sakura? I can contact your place if you want. Oh, no, please, that would be awful for Sakura. It's more fun for all of us to be here, right? Oh, yes, please. Oh, you're really dependable, Fujimaru-sensei. Wait, why is Sakura so enthusiastic? Alright, we can use the tatami room in the back. There's enough futons for all of us. That's fine with you, right, Saber? Is it just me, or does it sound more like an order? Saber's looking at me as if asking for help. This will be a problem, Shiro. I am to protect you. I cannot do that if I am in the same room as them, and I would not know how to interact with them. Sorry, I can't stop Fujini. And it sounds like Fujini is using the proposal as an exchange. Oh, because they don't have Reen here to, like, mediate this conversation for these dorks. Let's go. This is funny. It's, you know it's funny because I had to state it's funny instead of laughing at it. She'll probably take back letting you stay here if I refuse. We'll end up sleeping in the streets if that happens. That is a problem as well. The boundary field here is excellent. This location is a good base. You are well prepared here for any surprise attacks. I see. Then please just hang in there. Please just hang in there for that reason. We should be able to meet up quickly as long as we're here. It's hard work to keep Fujini company, but just say you don't understand Japanese if she troubles you. Hey, stop whispering over there! Come this way, Saber. Shiro's a boy, so he can be by himself, right? Oh, well that ruins, like, their compromise of not having Saber in the room with Shiro was, okay, I'll be in the room right next to you then. If anything happens at all, I will be there instantaneously, basically. But then Fujini's like, excuse me, you're gonna get away from that boy right now? Alright? Oh, this is going horribly. Fujini pulls Saber to her. It's all decided with that. Saber's stay is approved. Fujini is staying and Sakura is gonna keep them company as well. The population has increased drastically in just one night. This place really is like a hotel now. It's bedtime. The lights finally go out and the noisy tatami room floored room, and silence returns. I can't, like, listen, there's part of me that feels like I might be a little dyslexic, but I can't even blame that on dyslexia, I feel. I just said the completely wrong word. And silence returns. They say it gets noisy wherever women gather. Okay, and I guess that holds true even for the quiet Saber and Sakura. Yeah, I was about to say, no, that you're probably just hearing only her. And he agrees. No, that's wrong. I mostly heard Fujini's laughter. But still, it's true that it was loud in that room. It's loud wherever Fujini goes. It's not good for my mental health to have girls my age being rowdy in the same house. Damn, my sleepiness went away thinking about them. Things like Saber's troubled face. If Saber and Sakura are getting along, and whether Fujini is thinking at all or not. I do like that he, like, I don't know, I feel like Shiro's the type of person to not think about things he's good at thinking about other people, but not necessarily, like, their emotions and how, like, the slight things can impact people. So the fact that he's, like, thinking, like, at least in terms of, like, how the Fate route went, like, I don't remember any examples of him doing this, and he was usually pretty oblivious to it, which is weird that seems to be a little bit better at it in this route. But I guess he's also been put in more positions to be. So, like, him thinking about, like, how troubled Saber's face was, like, how she was like, don't know if I'll get along with them. And then thinking about, like, if, like, quiet people like Saber and Sakura are even going to get along. And then, obviously, Fujini. But, you know, I get a headache the more I think about them. If it's like this, it might have been better to have Saber sleep in the room next to mine. It's 11 o'clock. The lights are out and the house is dead silent. I quietly make my way to the door so I won't wake them up. I go outside. The moon is bright and the wind is cold. Under the winter sky, the world is silent as if frozen. It's quiet inside the shed. This is the place where Lancer cornered me last night. This is also the place where Saber appeared. The entrance is open and it's dark inside, as if to drive away anybody that might enter. Does Saber have pajamas, or is she just sleeping in that clothes with them? I didn't think about it too much in the other route because she was alone, but now that she's sharing a room with two other people, just going to bed in, like, daytime clothes, some people would be like, what are you doing? And then Saber would have to be like, I literally have nothing else to wear outside of this suit of armor. I go inside. I shut the door to keep the air out and turn on the stove. Shoot at least 200 arrows a day, huh? The teaching of archery focuses on accuracy, piercing, strength, and endurance. Accuracy is how well one can hit the target. Piercing strength is the power to pierce the target, and endurance is to maintain the accuracy and piercing strength. I think there was something in an archery manual. Something about continuing forever after one masters the true meaning of archery, and how one should shoot more than 200 arrows a day. Yeah, I don't know what to do as a master, so I should at least train my magic. I sit down and take a deep breath. I adjust my breathing and start my usual training. My mind imagines the same thing, an image of a sword that pops in my brain. I ignore it and clear my head even more. After letting magical energy flow throughout my body, I start the strengthening magic like always. The magic that I succeeded at for the first time in a few years last night. I have to repeat it before I forget the sensation. Trace. On. I narrow my eyes and breathe out. That's all for now. I'll forget about the Holy Grail War, Saber, and Tosaka once I start this process. I clear my head from all hesitations. But during the process, the thought that Tosaka might be doing the same training never escapes my head. Interlude. Oh, we get an interlude? From whom? Reen probably. She goes through the darkness. A desolate night. She enters the room from the dark hallway. Oh. This is a room in a building somewhere. There are about 50 workers here. Most are male, and all of them are scattered about like puppets with their strings cut off. Oh, that's a good way to describe that. Okay. She grits her teeth. The darkness is helping her. She cannot see well. The air in this room is filled with the rotten smell of a plant. What is this smell? Can you tell, Archer? Opening the door and the windows, she asks someone behind her. There is no one there, but there is a presence thicker than air behind her. It must be a witch's potion, the one that destroys love. Hemlock? What? The culprit not only took their magical energy, but made the men impotent as well? Then it must be a woman. I don't know what kind of grudge she has, but it must be a big one to keep taking it out on people even after she became a servant. Stop talking and open the windows. You asked him a question. They are still breathing. I guess it makes no difference if they are found now or tomorrow. Let's get away from here after we're done, Archer. She opens the windows and treats those who are in especially bad condition. After that, she leaves the room. Damn, I have to get my clothes to the dry cleaners. She sniffs her coat. She didn't touch it in particular, but her coat smells like rusted iron. The room was sealed, and the floor of that room was covered in blood that the people threw up. Oh, that's gross. The present behind her takes form. What appears behind her, Tosaka Reen, is a knight in red. It is Archer who is protecting her in spirit form. So, are they all flowing towards the Ryudo? I always struggle with that word. Ryudo Temple? Yeah, all the life energy is flowing towards the mountain. The coma incidents in Shinto are all that master's doing. I don't know what kind of master it is, but such a thing is beyond human powers. Is there anyone capable of doing that? It'd be the servant caster. A witch at the Ryudo Temple, huh? Then I guess we made a mistake last night. Mistake? You're talking about how we got away from Berserker? I think that was the best possible outcome. Really? If Caster has such a large network, I'm sure she saw our fight last night. We cannot defeat Berserker. We let Saber go, and we gave away the scope of our power. What part of this is good for us? He speaks sarcastically. Barine does not answer him. It's not a mistake that she made Berserker retreat and helped Saber. And most of all, Archer has not shown the full scope of his power yet. Last night, it's true that the arrow Archer fired stopped Berserker, but Reen has yet to figure out his true identity. The identity of that powerful, noble phantasm. Reen. No, she knows the principle behind it. That was just a bomb. He just exploded the bomb called the Noble Phantasm in front of his enemy. It does not need to be said how extraordinary that was. That was a one-time explosion of magical energy using the strongest Noble Phantasm possible. Broken Phantasm. That is the name of the Noble Phantasm this Knight in Red possesses. Reen. But it is too strange. The servant only wields one Noble Phantasm, and is a part of them that they had for their whole life. What hero can possibly destroy such a thing freely? Reen. It's not easy to fix or destroy Noble Phantasm. It's like committing suicide for a servant to destroy his Noble Phantasm. Reen. In other words, Archer abandoned his strongest weapon when he still had 6 more enemies he needed to defeat. No, first of all, he destroyed the proof of his heroism under his own will. It's so crazy that other servants would faint from shock if they would find out about this. Reen! Oh, what? Sorry, I wasn't listening. I asked you what we were going to do now. You must be tired from the previous battle, so we should go back and rest. Reen clenches her fist at Archer's words. The previous battle. Bone golems that were swarming in the hallway. She defeated them all by herself. She did not need Archer's help, nor did she want it. Most of all, she felt anger towards the enemy who was breaking the Moggy's rule of not involving innocent people. That's why she destroyed them. She mercilessly eliminated every one of them. She did not show any sympathy, even if those bones could have been a living person just hours ago. She did not suffer any wounds from the battle, except one. Since she fought while suppressing her nausea, she cut her lip from biting down on it. We're going after Castor. You can still feel her presence, right? We'll finish this off before she can run to the Ryoto Temple. What? I'm surprised. Wait, hang on. What? I'm surprised. I thought it was your principle not to do anything impossible. Yeah, I don't do anything that I see as impossible. But this is different, right? I'm sure we'll find some clue if we hurry, and most of all, you have to start the fight, huh? Man, you're letting the easy enemies run loose while going after the most difficult enemy. Hey now, we can let Saber be. We can finish them off any time, so we don't have to worry about them. We don't have to go out of our way we don't have to go out of our way if they're not going to do anything. I'm going to let them go as long as they hide away in their house. So will it be different if that master is in front of you? For example, if Emiyashiro shows up in front of you without a care that he's a master. His words are meant to test her, looking down at the night town. I'll kill him. I have no kindness to give to someone who wouldn't understand such a simple fact. Tosaka Rin answers as if to convincing herself. Okay. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bonnie and Clyde, huh? Do they have a servant yet in FGO? I'm looking this up really quick and then ending the episode, because I would like to share my findings. Bonnie and Clyde. FGO. Oh, yeah, it's them. Wait. Yeah, it's them. Yeah, I remember. If you guys don't remember, just really quick, just look up Bonnie and Clyde, and you'll be as disappointed as I am. It's fine. With that being said, I will see all of you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, we are back to more Fate Stay Night. I'm still bad at introing these. This is a story from a winter 5 years ago. It was a night with a beautiful moon. I wasn't doing anything, just watching the moon with Kiritsugu. Even though it was winter, the air wasn't cold. The corridor was a little chilly, but it was a good night to enjoy the moon. Back then, Kiritsugu didn't leave the house often. Not going outside, he would just laze around the house carelessly. I regret it even now, thinking back to it. Why didn't I notice that it was like the actions of an animal that knows its time of death? I wanted to be a superhero when I was a child. Suddenly, that man himself, a superhero in my child's eyes, said that as if yearning for it. What? What do you mean by wanted? Did you give up? I became angry and asked him. Kiritsugu laughed apologetically and looked up at the sky. Yeah, okay, we did this conversation already, so I'm just going to skip through it. There we go. Ah, it's still going. I thought it would be over, but it decided to not be. Nasu, you failed me as a person. I can't believe you would put these back in. I wake up from that familiar dream. Bright morning sunlight is coming in from the window. I feel a bit chilly, but I guess it wasn't bad enough for me to catch a cold. Jeez, I fell asleep here again. I shake my head and change into my uniform. It's a bit before 6 o'clock. I bet Sakura's already up and preparing breakfast. I go outside and breathe in the fresh air. It's a nice morning. It'd be much more comfortable if there weren't 3 girls in the house. Oh, let me correct myself. There are only 2 girls in the house. I don't want to classify Fujini as a girl. I was wondering if he was going to talk about Saber. I was like, Shiro wouldn't say that about Saber. So I was wondering where he was going with it. Anyway, now. I kind of want to see how Saber's doing. She's my bae. I have to go see how Saber's doing. It seems Saber is rather sociable, so I think she would have been alright with the other two. But still, I'm worried. I bet Saber's already awake. Then there's only one place she can be. Sakura's in the living room, so Saber should be at the dojo. Saber is in the dojo as I expected. Shiro, what is it? I believe it is still too early to wake up. Huh? No, this is normal for me since I have to prepare breakfast. I see. I'm surprised at how early you wake up. It must have been really unexpected as she looked surprised. I guess I'm an early riser. But why were you surprised? Did you think I'm the type that sleeps in? Oh, excuse me. Taiga is still sleeping, so I jumped to a hasty conclusion that the Emiya family are not early risers. Oh, I get it. Fujini's sleeping ability is unparalleled. I get it now. Come to think of it, Saber and Sakura were sleeping in the same room with Fujini. I bet it was hard for them to sleep peacefully. By the way, good morning, Saber. Were you able to sleep well? Yes, there was no battle yesterday, so I do not have any fatigue. That's good. I thought you might not have slept well considering how much Fujini moves in her sleep. It also seemed you guys were up late last night. If it gets too loud, I can tell them to give you a separate room. I proposed, thinking that Saber might not like being with Fujini. No, there's no need for such a thing. As long as there are no problems, I would like to go with Taiga's proposal. Really? Well, that'll help me out too. Is it just me or is there intimacy in Saber's voice? Saber, do you like Fujini? Yes, Taiga has a good personality. A person with such honesty and open-mindedness is rare. I can understand why you are so honest, having heard that she has raised you. I don't know if I should be happy about that or not. I'm praising her. I've only known her for a short while, but I understand her quite well. I see. I agree that Fujini is easy to understand. The problem is after that, whether you can understand her logic or not. But that's a whole different story. Then you were able to get along with Sakura as well, right? Yeah, that was a terrible read. Then you were able to get along with Sakura as well, right? Sakura isn't as bad as Fujini. She's just gonna be like, no, Sakura hates me. She tried to, like, kill me in my sleep. She was like, I just want Shiro for myself. That is true, but I still do not fully understand her. It is not enmity, but I feel as though she is still on guard. So you haven't spoken with Sakura yet. I have made peace with Sakura as well. As you said, she is kind just like Taiga. Oh, then there shouldn't be a problem. I sigh with relief. I don't want to know why she used the phrase made peace, but it seems she became friends with Fujini and Sakura. I'm sure all the problems in this loud house are solved now. Oh, yeah, sure. Everyone says, Itidakimasu. I'm so bad at Japanese. This is the first time I've had a breakfast in a group of 4, and it feels rather relaxing. This is a bit thin. Did you change something, Sakura? Yes, I thought Saber-san wouldn't be used to miso soup, so I didn't put too much miso in it. Yes, I like this miso soup better than last night's. But please, cook at your leisure since I am used to Japanese food. It'll be for our mutual benefit. Really? Wow, you're using chopsticks. I'm surprised. You sure are multi-talented. I am used to it. But to be honest, chopsticks are tiring. I do believe it is better than fork and spoon, though. Yeah, fork and spoon over chopsticks. Oh, that's not what you put on it. Wait, I do believe it is better than fork and spoon, though. Yeah, fork and spoon over chopsticks. Oh, that's... okay. I can't tell if she's agreeing or disagreeing. Oh, that's not what you put on it. You have to put soy sauce on that. I see. Thank you for your advice. No problem. I'll take a dried seaweed as a reward. Give me a second, Shiro. Here, don't eat too much and fall asleep again. Sensei, I think you should hold back if you're going to be participating in the morning practice. This is fine. I have to eat a lot to make it until lunch. You're not one to talk eating rice balls after the morning practice. You knew about that, Sensei? I was watching you because you were in the corner acting suspiciously. You shouldn't, you know. A girl your age shouldn't eat 2 meals in the morning. The devil comes down your scale like a terrorist, according to my estimate. Your weight right now... No, please don't, Sensei. I won't come cook anymore if you say it. Man. And I only eat like that once in a while. It's not like I do it every day. Really? I thought you made rice balls every day since you always cook extra rice. Way to out her, Shiro. You knew, Senpai? That won't do, Sakura. Shiro's pretty sharp on details. I bet he knew from the first time you made it. First time? You mean during summer last year? Is there dust in the air, Sakura? Why are you waving your hands in the air? Breakfast proceeds like that. The breakfast table is twice as loud as usual. Then suddenly, over 50 victims were found earlier this morning, and they are undergoing treatment at a nearby hospital. I see some disturbing news on the TV. Huh? A gas leak in Shinto again? Wow, it's 50 people this time. Let's see. Nobody could contact the victims since last night, so some of their families called the company. But the guard found nobody in there. Why is that? Why didn't the guard notice when they were in there? Unconscious since last night? That's much more than neglecting your job. Fujini must have lost her appetite as she stops eating her third bowl of rice. Saber's watching the news with an intense expression. In that case, I'm not mistaken. I don't know the motive, but this is something that's done by a master. I can't say it's fortunate that nobody just died just like all the other gas leak incidents. Ugh. Man, it's getting really dangerous. You can't work in Shinto for a while. You have some money in reserve, so take a break during times like these, okay? I'm happy that she's worried about me, but I can't reply to her. I know this is no time to be working, but I'm sure I won't be able to come home as often, now that I'm in a war. Then, if I'm ever late, I'll have to lie to them that I'm working. After finishing the cleanup, I go to the front door. Fujini and Sakura already left for their morning practice. Saber is following me like she did yesterday, but I can't let her do so today. The weekends are fine, but there's no way I can take her to school on a weekend. Saber, this is as far as you're coming. Stay here while I go to school. You'll attract a lot of attention if you come to school. Master shouldn't stand out, right? She must not agree as she protests silently. I'm saying it's alright, I won't be attacked where there are people, so the school's a safe place. In any case, I can manage protecting myself. Saber's brow twitches. She must have some argument about me being able to protect myself. Yeah. Let me ask you, does that mean you can beat the enemy by yourself? Of course not. I'm saying I can avoid danger by myself during the daytime. I won't go to places with no people, and I'll come home before dark. You can let me do so, right? You have to rest to reserve your magical energy, so you don't have to follow me. I see. I have to believe in you if you say so. Saber lets out a sigh as her shoulders slump. She's seriously worried about me. I feel bad about turning her down. I'm sorry, Saber. But it's alright. You'll know if I'm in danger, right? You can come to me if that ever happens. No, our connection is weak. The only time I will sense your danger is when your life is in danger. It would be too late if I head out at such a time. Then I should call for you myself? Yes, if you call for me in your mind, it will be transmitted to me, your servant. Please use the command spell if you believe that I will not be able to make it in time either. I shall be able to jump through space to aid you if I have its backup. Jump through space? That's pretty much like sorcery. The right to absolute obedience. The command spell is that powerful? Alright, I'll try my hardest not to end up in such a situation. I'll come home before dark, so please stay here. I wave her goodbye and open the door. Then... Yes, please be careful, Shiro. Your school is abnormal. Please be on guard all the time, and please do not go near Rin. Saber says a strange thing with a serious expression. Are you saying Tosaka will attack me at school? That's impossible. She's a true magus. She is bound by the association's rule to avoid involving innocent people, and most of all, she wears the mask of an honor student. I think she'll greet me normally if I do see her. I would like to believe so. Rin is not the type to change her decision out of worry of how she appears to other people. It seems she feels hostility against you, so it'll do no harm to be on guard. Fine, fine. I know it's needless worry, but I'll be careful. It's past 7 o'clock. It's later than usual, but I still make it on time without hurrying. It's 7:40. I go through the gate, and as I make my way to the school building, I feel something strange and stop. What is this? It's not like something strange, right? It's not like someone's watching me or that something looks different. If anything, it's not that lively. It feels like the students and even the trees and buildings are dull in color. I bet it's just me. I'm sure that I'm stressed out from all the events that have been happening. I close my eyes and rotate my shoulders, but the strange feeling doesn't disappear even after that. I get up to the third floor and head to my classroom. Then I run into Tosaka. Yo! I know her, so I greet her. But Tosaka freezes as if she's seen a ghost. Tosaka, what? Is there something on my face? I wipe my cheek with my uniform, but Tosaka doesn't even reply. She looks away from me and goes back to her classroom. What was that? I don't think it's like her to ignore someone who greeted her. That should be the first sign that she might attack you, Shiro, that she's acting off already. The strange feeling hits me again when I go into my classroom. Someone might have borrowed snacks in here, as I smell a slight sweetness in the air. The classroom's like always. I head to my seat while greeting the guys. There are about 10 more minutes until homeroom starts. I look around the room and notice a seat without a bag. Shinji is absent, huh? Come to think of it, he wasn't at the club yesterday either. Shinji is actually quite punctual, and he tries hard to follow the rules. It worries me a bit that a guy like him has been absent for 2 days. It's lunchtime. I usually go to the student council room when I make my own lunch. It's because the guys will take my food and the girls will make fun of me if I eat in the classroom. What's wrong, Issei? You're not eating lunch? No, I just finished eating. I'm just really sleepy right now. Wake me up when lunch is over. Issei then puts his head on the table. Did you stay up all night or something? I thought you had to go to bed at 11 at the temple. Yes, but I'm having difficulty sleeping lately. My fatigue won't go away no matter how much I sleep. So for the past few days, I've been sleeping whenever I get the chance. What is that? You shouldn't be sleepy if you're sleeping every time you get the chance. That's true, but sleep won't let me rest, so I have to sleep to rest. I know I'm contradicting myself, but I can't help feeling sleepy. Man, it's too early to be spring, you know? And spring one sleeps a sleep that knows no dawn, huh? You certainly got me there. Issei doesn't even try to get up. I guess it can't be helped. It looks serious, so I'll stay here until lunch is over. Huh? Someone's here, Issei. I don't care. Tell them that the student council isn't open today. I can say so if you want, but I think it's Kuzuki-sensei. Huh? That's bad. Issei gets up slowly and opens the door. Ryudo, it is about the archery club this morning. Kuzuki-sensei stops his words after saying that I'm here. Kuzuki Suichiro is a homeroom teacher of Class 2A and also in charge of the student council. He's a very strict teacher and quite blunt. Huh? Then she didn't even go home? Correct. We will probably call the police. I believe you know, but do not spread the rumor. I know. Then how about Mato? The student in the archery club said he saw her and Mato together. It is the same for him as well. Mato Shinji is absent today, and his house is empty. His sister Mato Sakura was staying over at Fujimaru-sensei's house last night, so she does not know anything. Issei and Kuzuki are talking about disturbing stuff. Summing up what they said, it seems that a student's been missing since last night, and Shinji is the last one to talk to that student. Sorry to interrupt. I am sure the school's curfew will be set. It's so hard to talk in that voice. I'm sure the school's curfew will be set at an earlier time now. Quickly stating his business, Kuzuki leaves the student council room. Geez, have you seen Shinji, Emiya? No, I didn't go to the archery club this morning. You should know as well that he's absent, right? I see. I hope that's the case. Issei's face clouds up. Geez, it's not something I should really butt in on, but it seems this concerns the archery club. I'm sorry for Issei, but I should get some information out of him. Issei, who is the person that hasn't been home? Well, I already know Shinji hasn't been home. Well, you're no outsider, so I guess you can know. It all happened last night. We got a contact from a family saying that their daughter had yet to come home from the archery club. When we contacted the student who's actually went to the club, we found out it was Shinji that last talked to the student. Why am I still talking in the, Kuzuki voice? Talk to Shinji? Hold on, Shinji wasn't at the practice yesterday. And I parted with everyone at the school gate. Yes, it seems you were there as well, but this is after that. When a student returned to the school to get something he forgot, he saw Shinji in front of the archery range. It seems the missing student and Shinji were having a quarrel. I have a bad feeling about this. There's only one student that could have been there. Don't leave out the important details, Issei. Who is this student that has been missing? Okay, Mitsuzuri Ayako, the captain of the archery club. We do not know where she went after returning the archery range keys, and after someone saw her in front of the archery range. Issei averts his gaze. That's a mondo oof. But I will end the episode there, just because I predict that next one might be slightly long, and this just feels like a good place to end it. So, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.